This is the ESPN West Palm High School Game Day presented by HSS Orthopedics. We are live at the Citrus Bowl, and boy, do we have a good one to open things up here in Week 0. I am Mike Rizzo. To my left is Jimmy Bell. We got Vero Beach and Cardinal Newman, two teams that saw themselves in state championships. One team taking home a state championship in Cardinal Newman, and the other with one of the more heartbreaking plays you will ever see in a state championship. But here's the good news for Vero Beach. They are loaded. They have 4 players that are in our ESPN West Palm top 63, including the number 1 player overall, wonderful champs Monds, including Deion Jackson as well, who's got offers from the likes of Georgia, Dontalius Wender, who is on his way to UCF, and Jermonte Kimbrough Jr., who has D1 offers as well. But to my left, as I mentioned, is the legendary Coach Jimmy Bell. He has coached 3 players, folks, who have won Super Bowl championships. Damian Barry, Terry Brayton, and I'm at your mercy, Coach. I sometimes forget Devin Hester didn't win that Super Bowl after that electric play. But, Coach, always a pleasure doing the games with you. Look forward to doing it all season long.
Well, I'm excited about this year. Like you said, it doesn't get any better than this. These 2 teams, I saw them last December 13th, and it's been a long time, it seems, 8 months. But now we're back on the field, ready to play. Vero has a lot to play for. So does Newman, but Vero's, like you said, they're at a point where they're saying, listen, we let it go. We were right there. We were celebrating on the sideline, getting ready to get it done. Unfortunately, they didn't, but now they're loaded, so they'll be right back there in Miami.
Once again, this is the ESPN West Palm High School Game Day Game of the Week presented by HSS Orthopedics. Cardinal Newman at Vero Beach. Vero will be receiving the ball. Newman kicking things off. Newman in their white jerseys. All white jersey and pants. And then as far as Vero, they got the red and white jersey with the red helmet going on, and obviously Newman with their legendary gold helmets. Coming out onto the field for offense for the first time tonight, Champ Monds, the Notre Dame commit. And Coach Marcus Freeman's going to be getting a good one here.
Oh, yeah. He walks like a quarterback, got a lot of confidence. Last time I saw him, again, it was in Miami on the 13th. First play of the game, he threw a touchdown about 80-plus yards. So look forward to trying to get some spark here early in the game. He's an excellent player. 2
receivers left, 1 receiver right. Champ in the shotgun. To his left is running back John's Mark. And we're getting things underway here. 1st and 10. Champ Monds sends somebody in motion. He drops back, looks left, throws left immediately. That is Mark, and he is swallowed up by this Newman defense. A lot of gold hats getting to the ball, Coach.
You got to get there because, again, they're going to spread you sideline to sideline, going to go low tempo here. But what they want to do is extend this defense, make them run, make plays on the edge. They're going to test these cornerbacks as well.
And once again, on that catch was Mark Johns. Monds this time 2 receivers right, 1 left. In the shotgun, 2nd and 7, ball on the 23. Monds looks left, claps, gets the snap, play action, getting flushed out of the pocket. No, Coach, he's going down. Big time sack for Cardinal Newman.
That's what you got to do when you got a dynamic quarterback that can move. You got to get pressure on him. Keep him in the pocket, make him a guy that has to throw the ball versus giving him a chance to use his legs.
That's Chris Labordi Jr. taking down Monds. And 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's going to be 3rd and long coming up for the Vero offense. Coach, what are you thinking here?
You got to get the ball out in space. You know Newman's going to bring pressure, but you want to get past the first down marker if you can, if you're Monds. You got to get it out quickly, though.
Man in motion. Monds takes the snap in the shotgun, looks right, and he'll throw in the backfield. Short swing pass to the right. Newman's there, snuffed it out, but we do have a flag. And, Coach, I think you know what this is going to be.
Yeah, it looks like he went up around the face mask, and the officials was looking for it. But, again, got the ball out quickly, did Monds. Swing pass to the right side. Should get a first down on this play, but that's the kind of game that Vero wants to play. Extend the field game. You got a lot of talent outside.
And that's Jake Tell on the reception, the big tight end for Vero Beach. And it is going to be a first down for this Vero offense. So the Indians getting bailed out on a 3rd and 12, Coach. Newman was there. They snuffed it out. and they got extra life here on this possession.
Yeah, you know that Vero can run the football, but they want to extend this defense by throwing the ball out in the flat. That's one thing about Coach Jay. He's going to say, hey, listen, we can throw the ball down the field. We're going to see if you can tackle here early in the season.
I should mention Jack Daniels in his 6th season at Cardinal Newman, winning a state championship last year. So we have a trips formation, trips left, one receiver right, Monds in the shotgun, and once again, that's Mark Johns in the backfield. Monds claps, trying to get him offside, and there's the flag. It could be a false start, Coach.
Yeah.
A couple of Vero players moving a little too early.
You expect that early in the season. Again, just trying to get used to the cadence. Guys that are journalists flowing, so they're trying to make plays. But you got to calm down, big guys up front. Take your time, make the plays, don't hurt yourself.
So it'll be 1st and 15, ball on Vero's 29, 10:36 to go in the first quarter. That trips formation again, Coach here left, one receiver right, Mark's in the backfield still. Monds claps, trying to get him off sides, and another swing pass to the left. This time it's a Latarius Woods, and Woods has some space, Coach. That's about the 3rd swing pass we've seen tonight from this Vero offense.
Well, when you understand what you got on the outside, you want to get the ball out quickly. Don't give them a chance to adjust defensively. They're trying to get their hands on the Newman defensive backs, but they can't because these guys are so quick. Get them in space, make them make tackles.
Good pickup there. Vero all the way to the 49-yard line, knocking on the door to Newman territory. 1st and 10, first quarter, 10:30 to go. And Monds looking at the sideline, waiting to get his calls. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. In the backfield this time is Jaden Lockhart. Monds sends a man in motion. And he hands the ball off first time tonight, and a good game there by Jaden Lockhart.
That's the one thing early in the season you'll watch is that the tackling may not be there yet. You're Newman, you know you got to be aggressive up front. They're going to bring a lot of guys, try to run blitz on the early downs. You got to get a hands on these Vero Beach receivers and running backs. They can run the football.
A couple of new players checking into the game. That is number 81, Sebastian Cabrera, lining up at receiver for the first time tonight. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Lockhart still in the backfield. He motions to the left. Monds in the shotgun. 2nd and 4, ball on the 45. 9:49 and counting. Monds drops back all day to throw. Now he's going to step up, going to try to run, and a good little scamper there, Coach, by Monds.
I like it. Understanding the game, right? I look down the field as Monds. There's nobody open. I've got to be able to help my team. Don't hurt them by just throwing it in coverage. Picked up about 9 yards. First down on that play, matter of fact.
Now, Coach, how important is it, you think, to these coaches for both of these teams to stay healthy in week 0?
Well, it's super important. You want to win this football game, but you also understand the law of attrition. It's a long season, so you got to make sure you get your guys in the game, get the reps you want, but they got to stay healthy.
Once again, this is your ESPN High School Game Day Game of the Week presented by HSS Orthopedic Care's Mike Rizzo and Jimmy Bell on the call. Champs drops back again in the shotgun. He's got a man in the middle. And could he go? Coach, no. Tackled right at the 3-yard line. Big play by Marcus Melbourne. And Vero set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, understanding how to throw the football. Again, he could have overthrown that very easily. Guy wide open. A lot of times quarterbacks want to put too much on it, but Monds hit it right in his guys, right in the numbers, got it down to about the 4-yard line.
Now, Champ Monds, folks, once again on his way to Notre Dame after the season with Marcus Freeman. He actually had his commitment on the Pat McAfee show on ESPN. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. 1st and goal for Vero Beach. This time in the backfield, it is Mark Johns. We've seen alternating backs between Lockhart and Johns. Johns goes to the right, and he gets the handoff. Coach, is he going to get there? And I think the Newman defense came up with a stop. Now they're saying ball's out. Waiting to see a signal from the referee.
Yeah, they didn't call it. You just saw the beanbag come out. Those small bag he has, they'll throw it on the ground. The ball's exchanged there, but they didn't do that. So just the coaches next door from Newman, they want that football. They know what it means to not allow Vero to get 80 yards on this drive and a touchdown.
Couple of substitutions, couple of hogs coming into the game. I think they're going to go jumbo here. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Tight end to the right as well. Man in motion, handed off again and scampering into the end zone for a touchdown. Jaden Lockhart. So 6-0 early to Vero Beach. And, Coach, if you're Cardinal Newman, you had these guys off of the field on a 3rd and 12.
Yeah. Again, those type of mistakes. You expect that early in the season, the false starts. But when you start saying, hey, listen, don't go up around the face mask. Don't give them that. That's a freebie. That's what Newman did. Vero was off the field. Newman's got to come back offensively and try to fix it. They went 80 yards on that play, a little over about 4 minutes on that drive.
On the kicking tonight is Jackson Barcelou, and he kicks it, and that one is good. 7-0 here. Vero on top at the Citrus Bowl. Once again, week 0 kickoff classic, Cardinal Newman and Vero Beach, what I think are going to be 2 of the best teams in the area. All right, Coach, once again, Newman had him stopped, but they're going to have a chance with their offense for the first time tonight. What do you think Coach Jack Daniels is telling his lads in the huddle?
Well, that's what you want to see. You want to see how you guys answer the bell. You got backed up there because of the penalty, but now you got to come out offensively and answer. Go down and try to get points on this drive. Obviously, you want a touchdown, but nothing else. You got to get 3 points. You got to get some points on the board to try to get some momentum.
Folks, I mentioned it is this stream tonight. ESPN High School Game Day brought to you by HSS. At HSS Orthopedics, movement is our specialty. Whether you're an athlete, a weekend warrior, or just trying to stay active, injuries and pain can keep you from moving the way you want. The specialists and the orthopedic specialists will provide personalized treatment options for sports injuries, joint pain, spine care, and more. That is HSS, folks. Go to hss.edu/Florida, hss.edu/Florida. So Vero going up early, 7-0, 7:49 to go in the quarter. They'll kick things off to Cardinal Newman. And up men for Newman takes it. He's cutting into the middle of the field, Coach, trying to get that left side. And he's thrown down on that tackle is Jerome King for Newman. And once again, we're going to be seeing this Newman offense for the first time. Coach, what are the conversations that might have happened before the season with Newman? It's, big season last year, state championship. What do you think the vocal point was following a successful season like that a year before?
Well, I tell you what, Jack Daniels has been around long enough to understand the same success that gets you there, it's got to keep you there. You got to find a way to stay there. He's going to get some new guys in this year. I don't care how great a coach you are. You got to be able to put it all together. He's one of the best at doing it. Getting some of these guys in that are transferred in, and now they got to try to put it all together mentally.
So, folks, quarterback Pedro Martinez will be the signal caller this year. And a guy I'm excited for Newman, Gennaro Sumter, the running back. Right now, he's got a Mississippi Valley offer. Coach, I think he could get a couple of D1 offers before the end of the season. Speaking of Sumter, he gets the ball, and is that ball loose, Coach?
Yeah. I saw the beanbag come out. Again, anytime that bag comes out, it's a fumble.
Now, it's the announcer's curse, right? I'm waxing poetically about Sumter, and he immediately puts the ball on the ground. Coach, what do you tell a player that does something like that early on in the game?
Well, you understand.
And he's one of your best players, too.
Is, no doubt about it. Jack talked about him being the captain, right? One of those guys that's excited all the time. But this is his first time starting. So last year, he pretty much was on the bench. He got time to watch the game. Now he's in there as a starter. He's trying to do a little bit too much. You got to hold it high and tight. We'll talk to him. He knows how to pump him up. He'll get that right.
So a fumble for Gennaro Sumter immediately after Vero's touchdown. Now Vero's set up at the 27-yard line, 1st and 10, 7:36 to go in the first quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Monds throws it again, that swing pass, Coach, and he is going to the sideline with it on that catch. Once again, Mark Johns. That swing pass is working for Vero.
Yeah, one thing you notice about it, though, it's coming out very quickly. So they know Vero understands that Newman's going to put pressure on them. They got the ball out quickly. They're throwing it where only their guys can catch it, getting it in the right flat. Did Monds out on the left shoulder where his guy can catch it, not behind where the defender can knock it out. He's putting the ball right on the money.
So, Coach, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Monds in the shotgun. The spellback checking in, Jaden Lockhart, checking in for Mark Johns. He's a running back to Monds' left. 1st and 10, ball on the 15. 7 minutes to go in the quarter. Vero trying to go up 2 scores. Monds takes the snap, hands it off. This is Lockhart, and he is taking the ground by a gain of 2 or 3 on the play. Second down coming up, Coach.
Yeah, Vero goes to the line. It's a check with me. They get the call from the sideline. They're not huddling. They're just lining up, seeing what the defense is going to do, and then they're calling their play. And they're not in a hurry. They're just moving quickly enough to get plays in.
So, Coach, we do have a first down as far as I'm assuming. So they can pick up a first down before a goal situation. Should note that. 6:56 to go in the quarter. 2nd and 8 coming up for Vero. A trips formation left. 1 receiver right. Lockhart, the running back. And I believe going to be a false start on Vero, Coach.
Yep, you got him
Guys
again.
moving too quick before the snap.
You know, one thing about that bunch formation, when you put 3 receivers there, you don't know where a guy's going to go if you're a defender. So the crisscrossing of the receivers kind of confuses DB. They don't know who to pick up. If he goes out, I take him, their confusion. That's why Vero runs it, because they have so much speed at that position, and Monds gets the ball out so quickly.
Now, Coach, we've talked about it. The flat has been working for Vero. Is that something they're going to do until this Newman defense stops it?
If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. You got to do it in order to show them, listen, if we're going to do this, what are you going to do to react to it? You're a step behind. We got you.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Lockhart, the running back. Monds in the shotgun. 2nd and 13 after the false start. Monds hands it to Lockhart. He's got a lane. Lockhart scampers. Touchdown, Vero Beach. So, Coach, Vero taking advantage of the field position. They're going up 2 scores early in the first quarter.
Yeah, winning it up front. Again, these big guys up front from Vero are creating some big gaping holes. I can run through them. You can run through them. Anybody can run through them. Again, they're winning the game on the line of scrimmage, and it's all about attitude. And that's where they fell last year. They were in the state championship game. They had that game won with 2 minutes plus. They were celebrating, and all of a sudden it imploded. You bring your guy back 16 years, you know he can fix it. You got to give this administration, this community credit on bringing Coach Jay back to try to fix it this year.
Field goal up and good. It is 14-0, 6:24 to go in the first quarter. Newman will be getting the ball back. Folks, if you're listening, or you might be at the game, saying you're in the stands, you're listening to us in the stands from West Palm Beach, or Cardinal Newman, Vero Beach man, Vero Beach woman, whatever it may be, Duffy's Sports Grill is where you're going to go after the game. Duffy's Sports Grill, a proud sponsor of ESPN West Palm High School Game Day. If you're hungry, it's time for a power play at Duffy's Sports Grill. We're talking juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked high sandwiches, and wings tossed just the way you like them. All part of the power play lineup. Duffy's Sports Grill, our game is always on. And like I said, if you're on the Vero side, if you're on the Newman side, you're listening at home, after the game, head on over to Duffy's and get the Mike Rizzo special. And, Coach, you want to hear the Mike Rizzo special?
Talk to me.
It is the chicken sandwich, the buffalo chicken sandwich. But here's what you're going to do.
Talk to me.
You're going to ask for the honey garlic sauce instead of the buffalo sauce. You're going to put some ranch on it, some onion, a pickle. You're going to have some crispy fries, and you're going to thank me later.
Oh, man, you're doing it to me. I'm ready.
That's Duffy's Sports Grill, Coach. Our game is always on. Now, what do you think, Jack? What do you think Coach Daniels is telling his offense now? I mean, you're down 2 scores. Mm-hmm. You just had a fumble. How is he calming these guys down in the huddle?
Well, again, he understands it's not going to be one-on-one play. It's not going to be lost on one play. So you just got to go back out and play your game. You get one drive, and it's a fumble. You got to go up and clean that up now. Tell Sumter, listen, hold it high and tight. The thing we practiced from day one, you got to fix that and get his offensive rhythm.
So, folks, the last time we saw Newman get a kickoff, Camden Giles Jr. was the upman who took it back, and it's going his direction again, Coach. And is that going to roll out of bounds? We got a flag, so yep. Newman going to be set up with some good field position.
That's the thing about it. You know, you get a guy who makes a mistake, you coach him up, you grab him by his helmet, you look him in his eyes and listen, I believe in you. I trust in you. Just take your time, do it the way we did from the first day in practice. And that's what these offensive coaches are telling Sumter. He's got to get his mind right because it's a long season.
And Coach Pedro Martinez, first-time full starter. We all know the man who was quarterbacking last year. I mean, one of the better quarterbacks I've seen at a high school level in a very long time for Cardinal Newman last year. But now new quarterback this year. How do you think this offense is going to look a little different compared to last year, Coach?
Well, they're going to lean on Sumter a lot because he's that guy. He's a veteran guy coming back. Like you said, Martinez is a young guy. He can make plays. He has a great arm. But, again, he doesn't know this offense as well as Sumter does. So they're going to expect him to make some short throws, but Sumter to run the football.
So ball on the 35 after the penalty. 2 receivers left, tight end inside left as well. And Martinez trying for a throw. The Newman sideline wants a penalty, Coach, but I don't think they're going to get it. incomplete, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, they very well should have got one because, again, anytime you take the defensive back and he redirects the receiver and throws him off his path trying to get to the football, that's a flag. He grabbed him around the waist.
It's Jamarian Hillsman on the coverage. And once again, we have a plethora of players in our ESPN West Palm top 63 tonight, including offensive linemen. We talk about big hogs. Listen, Coach Bell and I, we love the big hogs up front, and Newman's got one. And Colt Hauser on his way to NC State, the big left tackle. 2nd and 10, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Martinez throws left. That pass complete. Nice little catch and go, Coach. On the catch is on the catch is Michael Newby Jr., first down coming up.
I like it. You sprint him to the left. You take Martinez, you sprint him to the left to get him away from the pressure. Vero's starting to get in the backfield. You get him out. It's a short read. There's only one place he can go with the football. He puts it right on the money.
I'm actually at your mercy, Coach. Going to be 3rd and short coming up. 5:33 to go. Newman inching close. It's 3rd and 1. Ball on the 44. So we'll have to see what the call is here. We got 2 receivers lined up directly behind each other on the right and the left. Sumter gets the carry out of the shotgun. He's trying to push forward, Coach. I don't think he got there. We're going to have to wait and see. No, Coach Bell says not so fast, Riz. We got a first down for Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, he got it, but he has to stop dancing, though, because, again, this defense is going to penetrate a lot. Sumter's got to hit it in there and know what he needs to get on that first down. He got it, but he just barely got it.
Once again, folks, you're listening to the ESPN West Palm High School Game Day Game of the Week, Week 0. 14-0, Vero on top. 1st and 10, Newman, though, inching closer to midfield. Martinez in the shotgun, 3 receivers left, 2 right. Martinez looks left, got a man open, and a nice catch and go to the middle of the field. And again on that catch, Justin Barea Jr., first down in business, Newman, Coach.
Yeah, nice ball. Again, quick square in about 15 yards down the field. Martinez is throwing the ball where he ever comes out of his break, and that's what you have to do. Throw your guy open, put it out in front of him. Don't lead him to the defensive back, but kind of sit him down where you throw the football, put it right on the money.
So Newman in Vero territory, 1st and 10, ball on the Vero 37, 4:51 and counting. First quarter action. Newman and Vero. Vero speeded out to a 14-0 lead early on. Can Newman respond? In the shotgun again, Martinez goes right, flushed right, middle of the field throw, catch, and that's going to be enough for a first down, Coach. Another catch and go for this Newman offense.
Patience offensively. I love it because, again, you're going to take Martinez, sprint him out to the right side to his strength. He's a right-handed quarterback. He can see the field. Guys, just sit down. Don't keep running. In a zone, you have to sit down. If you keep going, you're going to run right into a defender and you're going to get hurt.
That was a good catch by Knox Fletcher Jr. for Cardinal Newman. And if I could say, Colt Hauser, nice blocking on that left side. Once again, he's on his way to NC State for Cardinal Newman. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Martinez with a jet sweep. Toss that one to the receiver, and that one, tackle for loss. Coach Vero snuffed it out. Giles Jr. had nowhere to go.
One thing about this defense, they can run sideline to sideline. So, again, on the strong side where the play is coming, that defensive end has to hold up. He can't allow guys to push him too far out. He slows it up, waiting on everybody else to come inside, and that's what you have to do defensively. 3
receivers right, 1 receiver left. Sumter in the backfield. We got Martinez, obviously, at quarterback. Folks, 2nd and 11 after that loss. 3:34 and counting to go in the first quarter. Vero on top, 14-0. Martinez trying to draw the offside from the Vero defense. He now looks to the sideline and gets his orders. Sumter going to switch from the right to the left side. Martinez drops back, throws, and a big lick, Coach. That is number 3 once again. I've been calling his name all night. Jamarian Hillsman for Vero Beach with the big lick. Going to be a big 3rd down coming up here for Newman.
Yeah, you got to hold on to the football. Again, the ball's coming out quickly from Martinez. Just curling up in that zone, finding a soft spot. He's putting it right on you, but you better hold it because these defensive backs are coming up with bad intentions.
First quarter action, 2:52 and rolling. Vero on top, 14-0. Big 3rd down, 3rd and 6. Ball on Vero's 20. Martinez, 2 receivers left, 1 right. He hands it off to Sumter, and he's pushing forward, Coach. Could this be 4-down territory in your eyes? And now we have a couple of pushing and shoving after the play, but it looked like that play call, they could be setting up for another 4th down, for another run, but this time on 4th down.
Yeah, you want to see what you're going to get on 3rd down. You know you're within striking distance, but you've got to have your right play called here. Give Martinez a run pass option because with his ability to get on the edge, you can fake it to Sumter and get on the edge. He gives you that option.
4th and 2, Coach. 2:11 and counting in the first quarter. Ball on the 16. Martinez trying to draw him off again with that fast clap. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Sumter switches to the left side now. And is that a timeout, a flag? We got to wait and see. And it is a timeout. Coach Daniels got that timeout before that flag. Yeah. So heads up, that I'll tell you, that's a veteran coach move right there to quit that timeout because he knew something was up.
Yeah, you better believe it. But again, the beauty of this stadium is that, unlike most, they got the 25-second clock in the end zone on both ends. So you can see it as a quarterback, see it as a coach. You know, normally you have to look for the official holding his hand up to tell you it's under 10 seconds. But here you can see the clock. That's one advantage of playing here at this great stadium in Vero.
And I'll tell you what, Coach Bell loves this stadium here in Vero Beach, one of your favorite venues in the area.
No doubt about it. I mean, there's room to move. We don't have to be on top of each other. They feed you here. I mean, it's all good.
Hang on, did you get into that sub sandwich that I saved you?
Not yet, man.
Okay.
I'm thinking about what you talked about with that Duffy's. You know,
yeah.
I may have to switch on you.
Folks, you know, maybe I got to tell my Vero friends here that we need to get some Duffy's Sports Grill into the press box. But Coach, 4th and 2. Yeah. What do you do here? What do you do here?
I'm going to look and see what they do up front defensively. If I got a chance to run it in there, I will. But I know I've got an option with Martinez to run past because he's that type of dynamic player. So look at both of those options on this play. They got to get past the first down mark. 3
receivers left, 1 receiver right. Sumter, the back, he is to the right of Martinez. Martinez gets his order from the sideline, 4th and 2, and it's a direct snap to Sumter. Coach, he's fighting forward. It's going to be close. What do you think?
Yeah, he didn't get it. He's short.
So a direct snap to Sumter, and it looks like Vero Beach will take over. So Cardinal Newman stalled deep in Vero Beach territory. You surprised by the play call, Coach?
Not really. I mean, you try whatever you have to in the early part of the season. If you want to see what works, that's the beauty of week 0. Hey, give us a chance to win it up front, but we're going to try a few things here to see how it works. And you go back to it. If it works, if it doesn't, then you kind of scratch it off the board.
All first downs brought to you by our good friends at HSS Florida. This time, though, Cardinal Newman not able to pick up that first down and keep the drive going. They are stalled out, and Vero will take over. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left for Monds. In the backfield for Vero is Mark Johns. And a play fake. He looks right, and Coach, I think he just slipped that one out of his hands. We got an incompletion from the Notre Dame commit.
Either that or he saw the defensive back going to close on it because, again, all of a sudden at the last minute, the ball went to the ground. He hasn't made an errant throw like that all night long, but Monds has gotten it out much quicker than that. They got him off the spot, made him come off of his sweet spot, if you will, and the play wasn't there. He threw it away.
So Monds, he had that nice seam route that set up the first touchdown. What have you liked from him so far in this game, Coach?
His ability, again, we know he can throw it down the field, but to get the ball out quickly, it takes a lot of patience at the quarterback position.
And now Monds takes the snap, but we got flags everywhere. Going to be a false start. A lot of penalties tonight, Coach, and you expected that.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Guys are overly excited. It's first game going against someone else. But going back to Monds, the reason that I say that is because a lot of guys want to throw it 80 yards down the field. Well, not 80, but maybe throw it long and get a long, cheap touchdown. Monds is patient. I'm going to take what the defense is going to give me. I'm going to get the ball out. That's a veteran quarterback who's playing within the system, not trying to hurt his football team.
2nd and 15 after the penalty. Ball on Vero's 10. Once again, this is after Cardinal Newman was unable to keep their drive going on a 4th and 2 deep in Vero territory. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Monds drops back, rolls right. He's looking right, throws, and that ball bobbled and incomplete. Looked like it could have been a possible interception, but Marcus Melbourne unable to hang on to that one.
Yeah, you put Monds, sprint him out to the right side. That's his strength. He's right-handed. He threw the ball a little bit behind the receiver, but you got to help your quarterback sometimes when he's under pressure. When he puts it on you, you get 2 hands on him. You got to catch the football.
Third and long, Coach. What's Coach Daniels telling his defense here?
Just keep everything in front of the sticks. You got to tackle everything in front of the sticks. If they get it out quickly, rally, 5 guys around, 5-7 guys around, and make the tackle.
Clock frozen at 1:20 in the first quarter. 3rd and 15, ball on Vero's 10. As of now, we got 2 receivers left, 2 right. Monds looking to the sideline. In the backfield again is Mark Johns. Johns and Lockhart been the featured backs for Vero tonight. Monds now, I believe we're going to have a timeout. That is head coach Lenny taking a timeout. 16th season for Coach Lenny, by the way. What a program he's built here at Vero.
Yeah, again, like I said earlier, just knowing that was a tough loss on December the 13th. A lot of times when you see losses like that, programs implode. I mean, they come from within, they blow up. This administration stayed with Coach Janikowski. The players stayed. Nobody transferred. And that's the respect they have in this community for him because he's been doing it a long time, giving them a chance to get it right. Most guys don't get that opportunity, but Vero has to go back and finish this year. They gave one to Lake Merritt.
Coach, Kaiser University, a proud sponsor of our game day coverage. Kaiser University's flagship campus, proud hosts of the ESPN West Palm Top 63 event every single year. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Once again, that is our good friends at Kaiser University. Looking forward to Coach Russ and the Kaiser Seahawks in the NAIA getting things going. So 3rd and 15, ball on Vero's 10. We heard Coach Bell say Newman needs to keep everything in front of him. Monds drops back, looks right, and he gets taken to the ground. That's a good lick there on the Notre Dame commit. And Monds on the ground, Coach. His helmet is off. I certainly hope everything is okay there. On the big hit was Will Daniels, the corner and wide receiver. Or excuse me, that was Ty Kirkpatrick, the defensive end and tight end. Looks like Monds going to be okay. Just a big lick there, Coach. 4th and 15 coming up for Vero.
Yeah, that's what happens when the ball has to go down the field past 12, 13, 14 yards. It takes a little longer for the routes to develop. Monds held that one a little long, got a lot of pressure on him, took a big lick. That's not what you want, especially here early in the season.
Coach, good response there by that Newman defense on there. Justin Barrera Jr. will be taking the punt return once it's kicked to him. Coach, he's right at the 45, singles for a fair catch. Newman going to have some great field position. Now, as far as that Newman defense, Coach, there was a good spell by them there. Yeah. Down 14-0, losing the momentum, not picking up a first down deep in Vero territory. Now they're going to immediately start in Vero Beach territory, right off that punt.
Yeah, coaches talk about sudden change all the time. Okay, we don't get the first down. We run it on 4th down. We don't get it. Now defense has to bail us out. Vero gets a false start. That helps. Now you keep everything in front of you. Don't let them get a first down. Offense has to answer now and try to find a way to score some points.
So Martinez will set up in the empty gun set. 3 receivers left, 2 receivers right. $1:16 to go in the quarter. Ball on the 43-yard line. As I mentioned, good field position to start after the Vero punt. Martinez drops back, looks left, throws left. He's got a man. It's Melbourne. He goes to the ground. Michael Newby Jr., and he's taken to the ground. But a first down to start, Coach. Good job there by that Newman offense.
Yeah, it's taking this offense a little bit longer because Martinez is new, so he doesn't know what the coaches are going to call. He took a big lick on that play, got the ball out in the flat to a receiver. Again, past the first down marker, doing well offensively.
Same formation, Coach. 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Martinez in the shotgun. Martinez trying to draw off that Vero defense. Looks to the sideline now. Couple of switch. 2 receivers going to switch up on that. That's Knox Fletcher and Camden Giles now switching spots. Martinez still getting his orders from Coach Daniels. Now he takes the snap in an empty gun, and now we have whistles. And we got a timeout. So 31 seconds to go in the first quarter. Vero up 14-0. And I believe this was a Newman timeout.
Yeah, their second one.
So they got one to go here in the first half. What do you think, Coach Daniel saw something he didn't like there?
Well, the play clock was running down. Again, that's what you get when you got a new quarterback. So the terminology is different for him. He's trying to communicate to the players what the coach is telling him, but it's not coming in fast enough. And so they got to burn another timeout there. Those are the kinks you want to work out, especially early in the season.
That's why Coach Bell is the best. I forget we have shot. I'm so used to not having and not seeing the play clock at the high school level.
Yeah.
Folks, we got two giant shot clocks. Coach, that's a shot clock. That's not a play clock. That's an NBA shot clock in the back of the end zone.
Yes, sir. And that's the beauty of playing here. Again,
right.
you got the great scoreboard, turf field.
Listen, Coach Bell's favorite field in the area.
Better believe it.
If it were up to Coach Bell, we'd be here every weekend with Monds at quarterback as well. Once again, we're at the Citrus Bowl, Vero Beach and Cardinal Newman. 1st and 10, Newman in Vero territory, ball on the 29. Been a couple of empty sets. The empty set was working for Newman, but now Sumter back into the game. 2 receivers left, and we got a couple of tight ends on that right side. That is James Karwiak and Ty Kirkpatrick. 2 very solid tight ends for Newman. Sumter dives into the middle. Now he bouncing left. Sumter on the run, and he gets thrown to the ground near the 15-yard line. Finally, we get a great run from this special back in Sumter, Coach.
That's what he brings. Again, this ability to get in there and get out. Again, he kept his legs moving. He's at around 200 pounds, so he's a big back. He just has some deceptive speed. He can get out on the edge of the defense. You've got to watch him if you're Vero because he can break long runs.
So 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left, and that is going to be the end of the quarter. Time winding down. So 14-0, Vero on top of Newman. We'll resume things coming up in the second quarter. Once again, folks, this is your ESPN West Palm High School Game Day presented by HSS Orthopedic Care. Vero Beach and Cardinal Newman taking a 60-second timeout. We'll be with you in a second. Welcome on back to your ESPN West Palm High School Game Day presented by HSS Orthopedic Care. Coach, 1st and 10 for Newman. They're knocking on the door. Ball on the 16-yard line of beginning the second quarter. First quarter, all Vero, but now Newman knocking on the door here and trying to make this a 1-score game. 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Martinez flushed out. He looks right, middle of the end zone, throws, touchdown! The Crusaders get on the board. Nice flushed out throw by Martinez. And we got a 14-6 ball game pending the extra point.
Yeah, his ability to get on the edge. Martinez getting out in the flat. Nobody was there. Defensively, they allowed him to break containment. He was able to look down the field at 2 guys, and then finally decided he was going to go inside with the football for a huge touchdown. Newman needed to get points on that drive.
Logan Stepp with the receiving touchdown, getting behind the defenders. And we are awaiting the extra point. On kicking duties is Nathaniel Parks, the senior. Very experienced kicker for Coach Daniels. But, Coach, that's exactly what Newman needed there. So on the 3rd possession, Newman getting points. Keep in mind, the first possession they fumbled. Second possession they stalled out. And, Coach, I know you were impressed with that last drive.
Yeah, you got to be. Again, being able to answer offensively. Your defense has played well. Got a couple of haymakers in the beginning. and got hit real hard. But now, defensively, they're starting to wake up on the Newman side. The offense is starting to catch up as well.
Kick is up, and kick is good. 14-7 here in the second quarter. You sense a bit of a momentum shift here, Coach.
Yeah, Newman has started to look at Champ Monds and said, listen, we know you want to get it out quickly. We got to get more physical with these wide receivers. If we do, now we're going to throw them off their route. The ball doesn't come out as quickly, make him indecisive. He's seen a lot of football, but yet and still put pressure on him, get him off the spot. That's what they did there on that last drive to stop Vero offensively.
So Vero took over deep in their own territory the last time, and they got a couple of penalties and fizzled out. Had to punt, which set Newman up for the good field position. Coach, 2 straight drives where Vero got the ball deep in Newman territory after a turnover, Sumter fumble, and then on the flip side, they got the ball deep in their own territory. So what do you think Coach L is going to do here on this drive where they're going to have, a first and normal for the first time in about 2 drives?
Well, they want to go back to what has been working for them. Again, trying to get the ball out quickly, quick throws, run those bunch sets and see how that works. If it doesn't, we can run the ball inside, but Newman is starting to adjust defensively, and that's what this is about. This is kind of like a championship bout. I'm going to hit you with a blow, you hit me with a blow. Let's see who adjusts. That's what this game is all about.
Coach Lenny again in his 16th season for Vero Beach. Coach Jack Daniels for the Crusaders in his 6th and getting his first state championship with this team. Obviously, we know Jack from a plethora of stops here in Palm Beach County. But we are up north at the Citrus Bowl, 14-7. Vero on top of Newman. Newman getting on the board, making it a 1-score game again. And the Hogs up front, too. I can't say this enough. I've been impressed all night with Colt Hauser, who's on his way to NC State, the big left tackle for Newman. And now the kickoff coming back to Vero. Vero Upman receiving it, Coach. And he had a head full of steam on that reception. Lartravius Woods. And he will set Vero up close to their own 45-yard line.
Yeah.
Short kick there.
It was, and again, that's one of those hidden gems within the game. If you've got a guy that can kick it out of the back of the end zone,
do it every time.
Yeah, do it every time. But if you don't, this is what happens. You get great field position. Now Vero starts, and like you said, the plus on their, not on the plus side, but definitely not at the 20-yard line.
Once again, this is your ESPN High School Game Day Game of the Week presented by HSS Orthopedics. 1st and 10, ball on the 40. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. In the backfield this time is Jaden Lockhart. Monds sends a man in motion. He takes the snap and he hands it right off to his back and Lockhart bullies forward. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. Going to be 2nd and 5 coming up.
That's only the 6th time that they run the football tonight. They're not running a lot. They're trying to throw it, using that short passing game as an extension of the run game. That's what you do when you get it out quickly. It's just like a running play, but you get it out quickly in the flat. So try to get a little rhythm here offensively. It doesn't hurt you to get 5 yards on first down.
And as Coach has mentioned, they've gotten their athletes into space, and it's worked for them early. So we got a slug formation, a pistol formation, 1 receiver in tight to the right and another receiver in tight to the left. In the backfield still is Lockhart. Monds claps, gets the snap. Fakes it. Going to be a throw, Coach. Going downfield. Throw on the money. And what a catch by Marcus Melbourne. Going to be first down in plus territory for the Indians.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. Again, Monds has thrown a lot of short balls. Defensive backs are starting to come up from Newman and want to jam them. If you don't get your hands on these receivers, they're going to be running down the sideline because they're so talented. Came all the way from the other side of the field, and Monds had time to throw the ball down the field.
It's a D1 throw, Coach.
Yes, sir. No doubt about it. 2
receivers left, 1 receiver right. Lockhart's still in the backfield. Monds wheeling and dealing right now. 1st and 10, ball on the 32, 10:44 to go in the second quarter. Vero on top, 14-7. Monds drops back. A quick screen pass on the left, blown up. And is that a live ball, Coach? And it's an incompleted pass. Finally seeing the official on the far side rule that. But Newman, give him credit, they snuffed that out.
Yeah, they read it well because the defensive linemen were up the field. If those defensive backs aren't in play, it's a touchdown because they threw it like a slip screen underneath. He's going to catch it inside and go right up the middle of the field. He would have walked in if it hadn't been from the defensive backs.
Vero's trying to win those matchups, Coach. In the flat, on the screens. They like their Jimmies and Joes compared to the other side, it seems. 10:36, clock frozen, second quarter, 2nd and 10 to go. Vero's got the ball on the Newman 32. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Monds drops back, steps up in the pocket, looks right, throws right, strike! Melbourne again, tossing defenders out of bounds, but we got a first down coming up for Vero Beach.
Again, understanding what you're looking at, your Monds. You're looking down the field. You can run for a first down, but you've got a guy about 15 yards down the field. You put the ball right on him, big physical receiver, gives the defensive back a quick shove and tries to get more yards. This offense is moving again.
Monds maneuvering in that pocket, Coach. Yeah. Stepping up, making guys miss.
Just got a feel. Again, he knows when guys are coming. He lets them go by him up the field, keeps his eyes down the field, and keeps his offense going. 1st
and 10, ball on the 15. 3 receivers left, 1 right. In the backfield this time is Mark Johns, and a swing pass, Coach. That is Monds and Latravius Woods not on the same page. Going to be 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, Woods got to belly back a little bit more, give his quarterback some area to throw. It was so flat, he couldn't get it out. Defensive back was coming up. Monds just tried to put it on him very quickly. It's an errant throw because it goes over his head.
Monds, though, looking comfortable on this drive. Once again, the Notre Dame commit so far having a real solid game. And a game manager, too. He can make the plays, Coach, and he knows how to manage a game. I think that's why the Division I teams know that this man knows how to operate, and he's going to take care of the football. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. In the backfield is Mark Johns to Monds' left. Clap, snap. Monds fakes it, flushes left, throws into the flat, incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up. Newman's defense knuckling up deep in their own territory.
Yeah, the hardest throw in football. Again, you're a right-handed quarterback trying to go to your left. You got a defender closing in on you, and you're trying to get it out quickly, but it's very difficult to do. You got to square your shoulders. Wasn't able to do that. Ball thrown a little bit short from his receiver.
A lot of misdirection, a lot of play action the last 2 plays. But with 10:25 clock frozen after the incompletion, 2nd quarter, 3rd and 10 for Vero. Ball on the 15. Going to be 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Keep an eye on that slot, Coach. Melbourne has been his favorite. And now play clock running down to 4-3. Monds claps, gets the snap. He steps up, and Coach, he eludes a sack, stays up. Monds going left, running. Is he going to get there? Touchdown! Jim Monds doing everything. Hold the party, laundry. And, Coach, that looks like it's in the area of holding.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hold. But no matter what, on that play, you saw why he's going Division I. Again, guys got him in the backfield, both hands around him. He comes out of it, goes to the left, runs over a defender at the goal line for the touchdown.
And it is going to be a hold on the Vero offensive line. And, Coach, wow, I just can't believe it. Eludes the sack, shook the big defensive end off.
Yeah.
And found his way into the back of the end zone, but it will come back. Got a 3rd and 20 situation now coming up for the Vero offense. In field goal territory, they have a chance to go up 2 scores if they don't get, I believe, Coach, they can get a first down before. If they don't get the first down on a 3rd and 20, they can't settle for a field goal. Now, what is Jack telling his defense here?
Just keep everything in front of you. Don't let them get to the first down marker. But on Monds' side, listen, just don't throw the ball to the defense. You got a chance to get a field goal. Get us about 5 or 10 yards on this play.
Monds on 3rd and 20 in the pocket. Throws it straight. Melbourne pushing towards the first down. Now the end zone. Touchdown, Vero Beach. What a throw, what a catch, and once again, the maneuverability in the pocket.
Yeah, just having an eye for what's going on around him. Again, getting pressure defensively, but he keeps his head down the field, does Monds. He's just standing in the field. Guys are in his face, but at the last second, he throws the ball out in space, puts it right on his receiver, throws him open, if you will. That's what makes for an easy touchdown.
We've been impressed with the Notre Dame commit tonight, awaiting the extra point. Kick is up, and kick is good. 21-7, Vero Beach jumps on top. 10:13 to go in the 2nd quarter. God, does he look the part right now, Coach?
He does. Again, just being poised in the pocket. Knowing everybody's coming at you. They know you're the guy. You're number 1 on the ESPN.
Right.
Top 63. He knows that. He's a marked man, but he also understands I have the ability. I'm strong. I'm fast. Not trying to do too much. I'm just going to survey the field, get the ball out in space. Did a great job on that play.
And, Coach, that matchup in that slot that you were talking about, Melbourne, his favorite target, took advantage of him. He got there, zone coverage, got there, sat in the middle of the field, and he made it happen as well. Good catch after the throw, yards after the catch.
Yeah, you know, as a wide receiver, you only have to catch the football first. Don't try to do too much. Once you catch the ball, now it's your time to shine, to show scouts, hey, I need to be on the next level with Monds. I want to go to college too. And that's how you do. You catch the ball on a long yardage situation like that, and you get to the sticks. No, you get to the end zone. That's how you do it.
So Vero will kick off. Once again, the upmen for the Crusaders, Camden Giles Jr., and then Justin Barrera Jr. Barrera Jr., a featured player, going to be a featured player on this Newman offense this year as well. It's going in his direction, Coach. He lets it bounce, it takes it. Barrera Jr. cutting left. Coach, he's got speed. He's coming to the near side. Barrera Jr. past the 50 and actually tackled right at the 50-yard line. So a big play off of the kickoff. Smart there by Barrera Jr. to let it bounce, took it off the bounce, and switched his fields.
Yeah, that's what it does. You get the kick team coming down, it kind of sets up the coverage for you because, again, they can't see where the football is. It's a slight delay, and you get outside if you got speed. Jack talked about the youth on this football team. He's one of those young guys that has speed. He's going to utilize him in space. Again, that's what you're doing in these early games to see what kind of guys you have on your team.
Once again, folks, Mike Rizzo and Jimmy Bell on the call for ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, our game of the week, presented by HSS Orthopedics. It's going to be 1st and 10 right at the 50 after that big return. 2 receivers left, 1 right. In the shotgun is Martinez. He hands it off to Sumter. Sumter pushing towards the line of scrimmage. And that's where he'll go down, Coach. Going to be 2nd and 10 coming up for the Newman offense.
Yeah, that penetration is giving him problems. Again, he's a straight line runner. He's a guy that if you give him a hole, he's going to take it. He's got to be able to create things there when there's nothing there. That's the mark of a great running back. He'll get better as the season goes on. Again, coming from the sideline, mainly last year behind Phoenix Dunja. This year, he's got to be the starter. He's the guy. He's got to figure that thing out up front.
21-7, Vero on top of Newman. But Newman with great field position. Ball on the 50. Martinez, 3 receivers left, 1 right, Sumter to his right. He drops back. He wants it all going deep towards the sideline. And now we get the flag. On the coverage for Vero was Jaden Haywood. And he was working with Michael Newby Jr. We're going to have some pass interference on that.
Yeah, he was in position. But, again, you can't hold a guy from catching the football. The official's standing right there. He's waiting on you. Anytime a defensive back, you the sideline as an extra man, but anytime you impede the progress of a receiver, the official is going to call it every time.
So Newman picking up that first down after the penalty. They are officially in Vero territory. 9:21, clock frozen at 9:21 after the penalty. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Sumter in the backfield. Martinez looking to the sideline. Barking his orders now to his offensive line. Claps, takes the snap. Martinez getting pressured. And he's swallowed up. My goodness, Coach. 4 Indian defenders in on that play. Sack lunch on 2nd down.
Yeah, just a front 4, not even a blitz. Guys coming in, beating the blocks up front. And again, Martinez is new, so he's not seeing it as quickly. He'll figure it out as the season goes on, but a lot is happening. He hasn't seen this type of speed yet. This is a good test for him early in the season. Tristan
Davis, the big D lineman, in there with a plethora of other fighting Indians. 21-7, 8:41 and ticking in the second quarter. 3rd and 20 coming up for Newman. Martinez takes the snap, hands it off to Sumter, and Sumter blasting forward, Coach. Gain of about 8, close to 10, but going to be a 4th down situation for Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, I like the play call. Don't throw it down the field, get a pick. Give Sumter a chance to get his rhythm up front. He's, a straight line runner. He got a chance to run down the field, did a good job.
And I'm at your mercy. 3rd down after the penalty, so it is 3rd and about 15-ish now coming up for Cardinal Newman. At your mercy, listeners. 3 receivers left, 1 right. And now we have a flag and a false start on Cardinal Newman, Coach.
Yeah, guy. And again, you get the ball as a center. You can't pick it up, can't move it unless you're going to snap it. The officials watching it every time, getting a lot of movement up front from these linemen.
So once again, at your mercy, it was not third down the recent play. It's third down now. There was that penalty on the far side, which got Newman that first down. But it's going to be third and about 17 now for the Crusaders. Coach, what do you think the play call is here on third and long, kind of close to midfield?
You want to try to at least get half of it here, right? So you throw something down the middle of the field, get a guy open, and if nothing else, you can get a field goal, try to get points on this drive.
Martinez drops back, looks right, screen set up for Sumter. Sumter catches it, but immediately goes to ground, gets back to what we think is the line of scrimmage, Coach. We're going to be fourth and long coming up. Is this an obvious punt situation to you?
Yeah, you get it out of there. Again, want to pin him back as far as you can. Don't kick it in the end zone, but get it back as far as you can.
Keep in mind, the Crusaders got 1 timeout. They spent 2 timeouts early, I believe, in the first quarter. So Vero has all 3 of their timeouts and 7:34. Coach, do you think Coach Lenny going to try to sit on the ball here before half?
Nah, he's going to put both feet on the gas and put his head back on the headrest. Again, you don't ever stop because he knows. Again, remember what happened in the state championship game.
Yes, sir.
He realizes
Yes, sir.
I can't ever do that again, and that's the beauty of being in games like that. I've seen Hail Marys in games,
okay,
but never in a state championship game. I mean,
and obviously, Coach is referring to how the state championship ended for our Vero Beach Fighting Indians.
Listen, 8 months, 244 days. I'm still trying to tell you how to explain that to you. I still can't do it.
And you could have heard that right here on your ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Orthopedics. Now, folks, I want to tell you quickly about my good friends over at Culligan. Well. Looks like your well water could use a little help. If you're dealing with hard water, funky smells, just doesn't smell right, or water that doesn't taste right, it's time to make your well water swell water with Culligan. They have customized water treatment systems that help deliver cleaner, better tasting water throughout your home. And right now, you could try Culligan for just $10 a month. Folks, $10 a month for 3 months. Culligan's been serving South Florida since 1936. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com. And, Coach, we do have an injured player on that far side. They're bringing out the golf cart. I'm at your mercy. Should have spotted that one a little sooner than later. But with 7:34 to go in the second quarter, going to be a 4th and 16 situation after we're able to get the young man off of the field. Coach, you excited for your Dolphins this year? And listen, you laugh, but I think they made all the right moves in the offseason. Getting rid of Tua and that giant contract, getting rid of Tyreek Hill. All right. Listen, you and I love the Hogs. You and I love the Hogs up front. They're focusing on Hogs up front. They drafted the Proctor kid from Alabama. This is your offseason, Coach. This is your kind of offseason for the Miami Dolphins.
Well, I agree, but I wanted Reuben Bain Jr. I thought he's a guy that's a difference maker.
Now, Coach's Miami colors starting to show a little bit.
Because think about it. They said, okay, he has short arms, right? But the same guys that you're drafting at tackle, he's running by them on Saturday night. So what's the difference?
I'll tell you what, Coach. I don't think it didn't look like. You know who I root for, all right? And I'm not allowed to say them on the air per a couple of people that I work with. But you know the team I root for, all right?
Yes,
and the way he took down my quarterback, I'll tell you what, his arms didn't look small in that game.
That's right.
When he was ripping through my offensive line like Swiss cheese.
Yeah. But nevertheless, I'm with you.
You're excited, right?
Yeah,
they're making the right moves. They're Packer guys, too. Yeah. You want to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're making the right moves up top. I like it. Listen, might be 5 or 6 wins next season for the Dolphins, but they're going to have another high draft pick. And if Malik Willis isn't the answer, they're going to have a draft pick pretty high up in a quarterback-rich draft.
Yeah, I agree. And again, one thing you think about, the Dolphins in and of themselves had 21-plus contracts over $5 million per each player. The Packers, in the last 11 years, they only had 6. So, again, the Dolphins have spent a lot of money on guys that are no longer there. They're still paying those guys, which in and of itself is a travesty.
Getting on back to the high school side, folks, it's the Citrus Bowl, Vero and Newman. 4th and 16. Punt is away. Once again, the punter for Newman, Nathaniel Parks, and a fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. 7:27 to go in the half. Vero on top 21-7. And listen, Coach Bell wants Coach Lenny to, put that Ferrari in first, switch it to second, go to third, and keep the foot on the gas pedal here.
Yeah, as a coach, you understand the game, the ebbs and flows of it, and you got to keep putting pressure on Newman if you can. Throw the ball down the field. You got a veteran quarterback that knows how to protect the football. You don't want to make a mistake, but you got to keep it going. And
Coach, very, I would say, bad news for Newman. I got Colt Hauser on the sideline getting looked at right now, the NC State commit. It's that left leg, and we'll keep you updated here. But Colt Hauser, a top 63 player for ESPN West Palm, and you hate to see something like this in a game that, in all intents and purposes, doesn't necessarily mean a lot. Coach Vero, right out of the gate, a first down, and that's a first down carry for Jaden Lockhart. But obviously hope everything is okay for Colt Hauser. And like I said, a preseason matchup.
Yeah, and, that's the thing about it. You come into these games, you want to test yourself early in the season. You go against the best of the best. Iron sharpens iron. But when you see guys like that go down, you say to yourself as a coach, that's a tough one for me, but hopefully he's okay.
2 receivers right, none left. Lockhart again in the backfield. Monds actually throws left at your mercy there. It's Melbourne, the lone receiver on that side, or rather Micah Roberts. Yeah. Coach, they got so many weapons. My head is spinning. Yeah. My head is spinning over here on our HSS Game Day game of the week.
I understand, again, but I'm a quarterback. I've got so many guys. I'm going to spread the wealth around because I want everybody to feel like you've got to run your routes. The ball is coming to you. That's why as a quarterback, you can't just throw to one guy. You got to spread it around.
So, Coach, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Lockhart's still the backfield. Monds in the shotgun, 1st and 10, ball on the 34. And we have whistles before the play and a false start from the looks of it. Or actually, no, waiting on a call here. It's encroachment. Offside. It's going to be 5 yards for the Fighting Indians. So a 1st and 5 and a ball at the 39 situation coming up for Vero.
Well, those are the type of penalties you expect in a game like this. Guys lining up offside, moving too fast. Those things you iron out. The aggressive penalties, they're going to still be around 3 or 4 weeks from here, but you got to get better because as you play better teams like these teams, it's going to tell on you.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Lockhart in the backfield. He gets the carry, and that is going to be a big tackle for loss. Good job there by the big defensive lineman. That is Shangler Lamanje Jr. And it's going to be 2nd and about 8-ish coming up for Vero.
Vero runs a no-huddle offense. They go to the line of scrimmage, but the beauty of it is they're not in a hurry. They put pressure on you defensively because they can move fast if they have to, but they just methodically go down the field.
Two receivers right, 1 receiver left. Checking into the game now is Johns, and now another flag. And Coach Monds is pointing to the defense again, another encroachment on Cardinal Newman.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 2nd and 2 now with that ball steadily going to midfield, about 2 yards away from an HSS first down.
And you know what happens? Guys up front defensively, they're listening to the snap count. He's not talking to you. He's talking to his offensive line, but you're trying to get off because you're trying to anticipate. You just got to wait for the ball to be snapped and then get in the backfield.
Clock's going, 5:25 and counting left in the half. 2nd and 2 for the Indians. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Monds hands it right to Johns, and Johns blasts through the middle. Good run there, Coach. Down to about the 49-yard line. Going to be an HSS first down for Vero Beach. And actually waiting what I think the officials now are signaling. Could be a timeout. Water break.
Water break, yep.
Water break.
Yeah, so during this time
forgot it's 100 degrees at 8 o'clock. My northerner blood still isn't used to it. But Coach, water break. I think it's a good time, though, for maybe Newman to reset a little bit and maybe gather some of that momentum. Yeah,
they've gotten some big, heavy blows from this offense. Again, Monds is a difference maker. Newman won the state championship last year. They did a great job of coaching defensively, but they won it at the quarterback position because Shaman Al-Madonna had a true freshman quarterback. He looked like it at times. The coaches didn't help him, and Newman put a lot of pressure on him defensively. That's the reason. That's the difference in this game today. Monds has been the guy. Mm-hmm. He's been able to throw the ball down the field, survey it, under pressure, and still get it out in space. That's been the difference in this game.
And, folks, Newman has guys. They got guys up front. I mean, athlete for athlete, Cardinal Newman has players. And I think a lot of it has to do with the quarterback and his Division I talent, the way he's orchestrating this offense and really running things at his pace. The game has been on Monds' pace the entire game.
Yeah, he's like a point guard, going down the field. He's slow at it, methodical, but he's making the right reads, making the right throws. And that's a testament too also to this offensive staff, knowing what he can do, and he does have the patience.
That water break brought to you by Culligan. Get your free water test today. That is Culligan. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. In the backfield with Monds is Mark Johns. Once again, Lockhart and Johns, the featured backs tonight. Monds looks right, throws right, caught. That is Micah Roberts, close to the first down mark, Coach. Good strike there on 1st and 10.
Again, I'm going to drive the guy off as a wide receiver. He thinks I'm going deep. I'm going to pull up at about 6 yards, catch the football first, then get up the field. And that's the beauty of, because Monds is getting it out quickly. So as soon as you come out of that break, the ball has already been released. And it's a great, nice throw. It's a good ball to catch.
So it's going to be 2nd and short coming up for Vero. Ball into Newman territory. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. The running back is Marks. Man in motion. Fake jet sweep, hand to Marks. Marks got a lot of space on that left side. There he goes, down to the 20. Trying to push to the 15, and that's where he is taken down. Man, that side of the field was wide open, Coach.
Yeah, they're testing your eye discipline. Again, you get a guy in motion, you fake him, give the ball going back the other way. If that defensive end doesn't stay in position, there's nobody over there. So, again, that's what you do early in the season, especially when you got speed. You're going to test the defense from sideline to sideline to see if they're disciplined.
So a long run on that play will set up Vero Beach with a 1st and 10 situation right at the 15-yard line. And once again, Coach, they can pick up a 1st down and get another goal situation. That 1st down stick sitting right by the 5-yard line. Monds takes the snap, hands it off. Lockhart, push it forward, and that's where he's thrown down right to the 10-yard line. Another solid gain on the ground.
Yeah, these backs are, I don't care who you put in at running back, they're making gaping holes up front. But Lockhart has great vision. He's running the color. As soon as he sees a white jersey, he's running away from it, keeping his head down, making sure you don't have that much to hit. These guys aren't the biggest running backs, but they're productive.
Jaden Lockhart, the senior, 5'11", $185. He looks the part tonight. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Monds in the shotgun. Here's Lockhart in his left, now in motion is a tight end. Lockhart gets it, goes right, trying to push forward for yards. And, Coach, a good job there by the Newman defense, knuckling up deep in their own territory.
Yeah, you got to give Newman's defense credit. They're bending but not breaking. Again, they've been on the field most of the night because offensively they've done some things, but not as much as they would have liked. But Vero's putting a lot of pressure on them as I thought they would. They know how to score in bunches, this Vero.
3:03, 3:02. Clock rolling. Close to that 2-minute warning. 3rd and 8. Ball on Newman's 13. You take a shot here, Coach? 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Monds in the shotgun. Turns right. Screen pass right. Gets it. And he's thrown down close to the close to the 2-yard line. Could this be a 1st down?
Yeah, I think he got enough for the 1st down there. Again, going one-weighted Monds. He sprints to the left, comes back to the right, throw the slip screen inside. The receiver goes down 2 yards and then comes back down the line of scrimmage. A lot for Newman to digest there defensively. They didn't pick it up until late.
Good job there by Micah Roberts. Once again, Coach mentioned it was a screen pass to the near side, and Roberts made it work after that. And also something we mentioned, there was an opportunity to get the 1st down, and Vero does that. They're going to have another 4 downs to get in the back of the end zone with the clock ticking close to 2 minutes in the 2nd quarter and the 1st half, the end of the 1st half, rather. And here we are on a carry. Lockhart pushing forward, and he's going to go down right to the half-inch yard line. Vero knocking.
Yeah, they are, again, winning the offensive line, winning the line of scrimmage up front. Are the Indians, they're being able to just pretty much have their way up front. They know what they got to do, as far as from tackle to tackle. They've done it all night long.
Coach, apparently I'm getting ready for NFL and college. No 2-minute warning. 1:49 and counting here in the 1st half. Vero using all of this clock, and as they should, being on that half-inch line, making sure Cardinal Newman doesn't get the ball back with a lot of time. Now the shot clock or play clock down to 4-3. Monds in the shotgun. Now we have a flag and we have a false start. The Indians were moving on that one.
The guys they get a little antsy. They hear the count. Again, it's still early for the Vero as well, early in the season. So they're getting used to Monds. He's been there, was out most of the year last year injured. So he's almost like a guy's coming back. And now he's back. These guys got to get used to him.
Clock frozen at 1:32 after the penalty. But it's going to be a 2nd and goal situation after the penalty. What surprised you the most tonight, Coach?
Well, I tell you what, how cool Monds has been under pressure. You know, again, he was injured for most of last year. He didn't play in the early rounds of the playoffs, right up until the state championship. He came in and threw a touchdown on the first play of the state championship, but hadn't seen a lot of football in a while. He's come back with a vengeance tonight. I think he's been real cool under pressure.
Well, he's back at it, Coach, in the pistol. 1 receiver left and a trip formation between tight ends and wide receivers on the right. One of those receivers in motion. Monds, shotgun, rolls right. Play action. And that ball's intercepted. So Monds making his first mistake of the night on the interception. I believe, Coach, that is Gennaro Sumter, who's playing both sides of the field unless there's multiple number 1s. I'm at your mercy if it's not Sumter. It is Sumter who's playing both sides tonight. Is it? All right, listen. That's the 2nd announcer's curse we've done tonight. That's the second one we've done tonight. Monds making his first mistake. What a momentum switch before half for Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, you know right there if they score a touchdown, it's going to be tough to come back. But again, Monds is flushed out of the pocket. All night long, he's been able to survey the field and make the right decision. But he threw it late across the middle. Cardinal send number 1. And Sumter sitting right there and helped his team out.
So, Coach, Newman will get the ball at half. Keep in mind, the Indians got the ball first in that first half. You go for it. You go for points here. You're going to go get a couple of shots?
Well, again, this is
I know. Listen, you're backed up, but you go for a couple of shots.
You got to. You don't have a choice because, again, you got to see how you're going to react in this situation. You don't just throw it to Vero, but you got to test yourself offensively to see what Martinez can do in these critical situations. You want these things to happen for your players so you can see how they're going to react.
So 1st and 10, ball on Newman's 6, and they hand it to Sumter. He's pushing forward, trying to get to close to the 8-yard line. Going to be a short gain. Coach, it looks like Newman might just run this clock out here. Do you think it has anything to do with the Colt Hauser injury?
It very well could. I mean, you know, that's your best guy offensively on the line. So you don't have him as a protector on the backside of your quarterback, so you got to be careful there. You don't want to lose your quarterback. So that's a thought process as well. But, you know, I'm thinking, hey, let's go full speed because we got to get tested and see where we are.
21-7. Looks like Coach Daniels is going to let this clock go into half. And another run, this time on the carry, it's Anthony Presto Jr. And I think Newman will be content to let this one go. We'll have your halftime report here coming up in just a moment. But, Coach, I think they're taking, Hauser, they're going to put him on a stretcher. Now, granted, it's a leg injury. Thankfully, nothing to the head or anything like that. So when I say stretcher, don't think of it like that. But Hauser is going to be put on a stretcher with that leg. That's one of the best offensive linemen in the area. Yeah,
no doubt about it. Again, just taking every precaution that they can. These guys have on braces on their knees, which most high schools don't, but they've got it here at Newman, the knee brace to protect their legs. But something happened there, looks like around the ankle area, and they're just taking every precaution that they can and taking them to the hospital to get an x-ray on it.
And, folks, halftime is here. Vero up at half, 21-7. This is your ESPN West Palm High School Game Day presented by HSS Orthopedics. Your game of the week, Vero and Newman. Newman on the road at the Citrus Bowl. The Indians up 21-7. Coach Bell and I are going to take a quick timeout. We'll return with a quick halftime break as well. But keep it locked in right here on your game of the week. Mike Rizzo and legendary coach Jimmy Bell on the call. Once again, Coach Bell coaching the likes of Terry Brayton, a 3-time Super Bowl champ for the Chiefs. Damian Barry, a Super Bowl champ with the Ravens. And my personal favorite, Devin Hester during his time at Suncoast. Taking the timeout, coming right back on your ESPN West Palm High School Game Day presented by HSS Orthopedics.
What a play by the Tigers. Boynton Beach is moving the chain.
Get there, get there, get there. Watch the ball. There we go. There we go. To the ground. To the ground.
Great completion on the play. That's a Tigers. Another great run by the Tigers.
flag it down.
And off once again to number 0, Felix Jackson, which is good for a John K. And that will be fielded that time by the... The handoff that time once again to number 0, Felix Jackson, is good for yet another John K. The handoff that time by the Rams by number 23, J. Bennett. Pass complete that time from number 18, Chance Sullivan, to number 1, KJ Davis, is good for another John Carroll. And he will be brought down behind the line, but there is a penalty on the play. And on the fumble recovery made by the Rams.
Ball.
Pass that time is complete by number... And Chance Sullivan.
Want the switch, Rob?
No, he didn't go.
Oh! He got a pro.
Pass that time will fall incomplete for... And the field goal is up and good. Complimenting the...
Good tackle, boy. Go.
Pass complete that time for the Eagles. Good for a first... Athletic Director Mickey Prudy, it's my pleasure to thank
To be out there against another team tonight.
It felt great, you know. We've been going against each other all summer, all spring. Finally to get to hit somebody else, go against somebody else, good work.
What went right for you tonight? You finally ended up 3 times, offense and defense. What went right?
Just trusting the coach, running the right plays. We had a lot of preparation, so just, trusting the coach, running the right plays.
What do you guys have to do to reach your goals this season?
We got to be all in.
For you guys, what was the bright spot tonight? What was the best thing you saw from your team?
The defense. I like the defense, energy. Everybody was ready to come hit, come play.
And finally for you, getting ready for your senior season, what are you looking forward to this year?
State championship.
Put me higher on the list now!
Talk to him, boy.
Kennedy's pass complete. Number 12. Kennedy's pass complete for a touchdown. Number 9, Aiden Perez. That's good snap to Nick Beatty. Number 5, Thomas Colstrom. Touchdown, Jupiter. Moses to Larson, number 6. Number 10 on the inside handoff. That's Marino, met by number 1, Nick Bodie. Loose ball recovered by Jupiter. First down, Warriors. Moses, touchdown, Jupiter. After stopped at the 5, but powers his way in for yet another Jupiter Warrior touchdown. That one is blocked and recovered. Number 11, Dean May recovers. Loose ball recovered by the Hawks. They get it back. First and 10 on their 19 yard line.
not saying he's good. He's a good. Number 7 with the touchdown. Out route. Out route. What I'm telling you, out route. Did I not call it out route?
Yeah, look at all the empty men over here doing it on his side. Straight down your throat.
Welcome on back to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, our game of the week, week 0 at the Citrus Bowl, Vero and Newman, a 21-7 score. And folks, all season long, your game of the week will be brought to you by HSS Orthopedics. But 21-7, the halftime score, about a couple of minutes here until we get the second half kicked off. Mike Rizzo and Coach Bell, once again, legendary Coach Jimmy Bell, who has coached multiple Super Bowl winners here in Palm Beach County. Coach and I have been really impressed with champ Monds tonight. He did throw the interception before half, Coach. Newman is going to get the ball. Keep in mind, Vero had a chance to go up 28-7. They were on the literal half-inch line. Monds, false start, rolls right, and then throws an interception. Do you think Newman could take that momentum into the second half? They're getting the ball. Yeah, you have to. Again, you got to find a way offensively to get a rhythm here because, again, Martinez being a new quarterback, he's learning the system, being able to get his guys in position before the play clock runs out. Newman had to burn 2 timeouts there in the first quarter or early in the second quarter, if you will, because of their lack of the momentum in terms of offense and being able to get out of the huddle. So they've got to find a way to get it together offensively. I think they'll make some adjustments here in the second half. Folks, if you're in need for a car, if you're in need for maybe a new truck, maybe they look into that new F-150, we could use the moment now to shout out our good friends at your local South Florida Ford. Football players are built tough, and trucks should be too. Head into your local Florida dealer or Ford dealer today, or visit Ford.com/local. That's Ford.com/local. Once again, folks, our good friends at Ford. Football players are built tough, and your truck should be too. Head into your local Ford dealer or visit Ford.com/local. So we're going to get a couple more minutes thrown up on the clock here. Let these teams get warmed up and go. Coach, are we going to see Monds play on Saturday for Notre Dame and Coach Freeman? Yeah, I have no doubt in my military mind he's going to play. Again, he's one of those guys, once he picks up the system, the speed of college football, he's going to make a lot of plays. Again, that composure that he has in the pocket, you can't teach that. That's just something that's innate. And he has the ability to survey the field, not panic, and get the ball out. Now, he hasn't taken the big licks like he'll take in college, so that clock will speed up a little bit. But just to know he can do that here in his young age, I'm very impressed with that. Coach, his favorite target tonight has been almost everybody, but Marcus Melbourne is the player that came to mind for me. Remember, he caught it, but then granted, it was a red zone opportunity of a goal situation, but a penalty, and then Champs got the ball, and he got it in the shotgun and threw it to about the 10-yard line, and that young man made everything happen, the receiver, Melbourne. He's had a lot of targets, but I think Melbourne in the slot tonight for Vero has been one of the more threatening plays for Coach Lenny. Well, knowing where your guys are, that's the mark of a great quarterback. He's going to be in position when I need him. I'm in trouble. I'm going to look for him. We've practiced that. We've gone over time and time again. We grew up together playing rec ball together, so I know my guy. I'm going to look for him more times than not because I know where he's going to be on the field. He's going to catch the football and make something happen. Folks, your halftime report also brought to you by your local Land Rover dealer. I'll tell you what, get on out to Land Rover Palm Beach because you could lease the brand new 2026 Range Rover Velar. That's the Range Rover Velar P250S, or check out the bold and rugged 2026 Defender 110 P300S. Whether you're headed to the game or cruising the beach, Land Rover Palm Beach has the luxury SUV to match your lifestyle. Stop by today. They are located on Okeechobee Boulevard, just past the Turnpike, or you could take a virtual test drive. How about that? It's 2026. You do a virtual test drive. Land Rover, PalmBeach.com, LandRoverPalmBeach.com. Coach, I'm going to work on getting you in one of those Land Rovers. That'd be nice. I mean, as long as you make the payments, I'm good, brother. Now, Coach, 21-7, I mentioned Newman getting the ball back. What do you think the conversation that Coach Daniels had at halftime with his group tonight? Well, we got to put that first half behind us. Now it's 0-0. We go back out. We play the second half as if the score is tied. We got to focus on being able to finish offensively. That's been our key. Defense has done well, been on the field for most of the night, but they've got to finish on the offensive end. And then how about for Vero, Coach, up 2 scores here? Coach Jay, again, keeping that pressure on. We made a mistake there right at the end of the half.
Monds knows better to throw the ball across the field, but he did it. All right, that's behind us now. Let's make a play defensively. Let's try to get the ball back and get our offense back on the field.
And good news, it's week 0. We're allowed to make these mistakes right now. Now, I know something Coach Daniels wasn't happy about was losing Colt Hauser, a top 63 athlete, one of the best offensive linemen in the area on his way to NC State. I think both coaches are going to want to get out of here healthy. Now, Coach, that roll on a bounce?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to have the ball coming here at about the 35-ish yard line for the Cardinal Newman Crusaders, but we're getting the second half underway here. Martinez, coach has mentioned it all night, a new quarterback in this Cardinal Newman system. Do you think Coach Daniels is going to try to do maybe some different things in this second half to get him going a bit?
Well, you just want to get his rhythm. So, again, getting the ball out very quickly, kind of like Vero did in the first half, letting his guys get used to him. Now, you can throw it in practice. That's great. But in live game action, that's where you want to be able to butter your bread, if you will. And he has to see that in live action. So keep doing more of what you did in the first half. Get the ball out quickly. Not any long throws. You don't want to get him hurt. Just get the ball out very quickly. 2
receivers left. 2 receivers right. Sumter in the backfield to Martinez's left. 1st and 10. Ball on that 35-yard line after the penalty with the kick going out of bounds. Martinez claps, gets the snap, rolls left immediately, throws left, and that ball deflected. Getting a big paw up there was Alan Carter, the 6'1", 189-pound defensive endman. And that one blown up, Coach.
Yeah, again, getting him off the spot, sprinting him out to the left. That's against his strength. That's okay. But the defender got his hand up in the air. And when you can't get to the quarterback, that's rule number 1. Get your hand in the air, try to deflect the ball. Hopefully your guys can pick it off and take it back the other way.
So 2nd and 10, ball on that 35 still, 21-7. 3rd quarter, Vero on top of Newman. A deflected pass as Martinez rolled to his left. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Sumter in the backfield. Martinez takes the snap, fakes to Sumter, throws middle of the field, and that one just a little behind Justin Barea Jr. Barea Jr. in that first half had an electric kick return. He returned it all the way to midfield and could have gone if he could have shaken one more tackle. But, Coach, we're going to have a 3rd and 10 situation for Newman right out of the gate.
Yeah, getting the ball out quickly is Martinez, but behind this guy, as you mentioned, you got to throw the guy open, throw it in front of him. But there was a guy in his lane in terms of the passing lane, so he couldn't get the football out in space.
Clock frozen at 11:51, 3rd and 10, ball on the 35. Newman could use a first down and some momentum. Down 2 scores in this second half. Martinez drops back. Pressure coming, Coach. He eludes the defenders. Now running right down, throws, and he had a receiver wide open. That was Scott Thomas, the senior receiver on the far side. Pressure was in his face. The young man couldn't make the throw.
Yeah, he couldn't. And again, you see the difference. Monds makes that throw in the first half. Pressure on him, still being able to make the throw. Martinez has got to slow it down in his head. You see the guy, just take your time and just kind of toss it out there. He's trying to put it right on the money. Those are throws as the season goes on. He'll make those adjustments.
So, Coach, coming out and punting it for the 2nd time tonight is Nathaniel Parks. 11:44 to go in the 3rd quarter, 4th and 10. Gosh, Coach, Newman not getting a yard on that. They probably could have liked to hold the ball for a little bit, get some of that momentum back. But Vero going to get the ball back here on a 4th and 10 situation. Newman and Parks punts it deep to about the 25, and we have a fair catch signaled. He'll actually back up to the 20. So a 1st and 10 coming up for Champ Monds. Monds threw an interception right before half. And, Coach, it's very uncharacteristic of him to do something like that.
That it is. But, again, he's still a young guy, seeing a lot of football, but tries to make a throw sometimes that you don't have to make. Realize where you are if you're Monds. Listen, we're at the half. If we do nothing else, we kick a field goal, we go up 3 scores. But those are coaching moments. These are all teachable moments for these young guys that are still learning the game of football. They'll figure it out as they go along.
Coach, as a head coach for so many years in Palm Beach County, what went through your mind if your quarterback's throwing across his body to the middle of the field on the right side?
As long as he makes the throw, you're good. But if he doesn't make it, you're saying, no, and it's too late. But you talk through that before that play. You talk him through that. He didn't do it. Let's go now to the second half and try to erase those mistakes.
1st and 10, 2 running backs to the left and right, going out to the left flank. Actually is a receiver and an upman, and he's taking it all the way close to the 40-yard line. And, Coach, that was Latrevious Woods. the junior receiver. He lined up as a running back. We've seen Lockhart. We've seen Marks.
Yeah.
But this time Woods coming out of the backfield and making a play.
Yeah, they put so much pressure on you as a defense because what they're doing is they're using your speed against you, right? They get you up the field, make you think you see something, and then all of a sudden they throw it underneath you. They're not trying to make the long throws down the field. They're just trying to put it on the money to their guys and let them do something in space.
Ball at the 37 after that 1st and 10. Vero dealing, run again, and this time it is Marks being thrown down. Gain of a couple of yards there. Going to be 2nd down coming up. 10:58 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter. So Monds and Coach Lenny got one more year until Monds is on his way to Notre Dame. And it could be a special one, Coach.
Yeah, I believe he will be because, again, his poise in the pocket is something you can't teach.
And we definitely have a encroachment there coming off the edge. Trying to read the snap count was Gennaro Sumter playing both sides tonight. And Monds got him, Coach.
Yeah, trying to time it there, did Sumter. He's done it in the first half. He came off that edge on a blitz over the slot guy, tried to get in the backfield, disrupt this offense, but he moved a little too quickly.
So 2nd and 3 coming up, ball on the 44. Vero inching closer to midfield. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. And the running back in the backfield this time is Marks. Monds takes a snap, fakes to Marks, looks left, throws left, and that ball deflected and almost intercepted, rather dropped. And it blasted into the air. And it wasn't an interception, but it came very close.
Got on the receiver a little quick there, and he didn't see it. Ball went up in the air. Newman had a chance to get it on that play. Didn't see it. The defensive guys didn't see it either. So, again, Vero lives to see another day, but Monds usually puts the ball right on the money. Receiver dropped that one on that play.
And that was Sebastian Cabrera with the drop that blasted into the air. 3rd and 3, 2 receivers right, 1 left. The lone back, Monds, hands it to the back, and that's Lockhart. Lockhart bursts his speed, bulldozering to the 40, and 1st and 10, and HSS 1st down for Vero Beach after that run.
Partner, like I told you earlier in the game, Vero knows they can run the football, but they want to get their short passing game because that puts so much pressure on a defense. Now you can see they're starting to run a little bit more because they want to get these big friendlies up front, getting ready for the fire of the season.
21-7. Vero on top. They're looking for more. Throw to the far side. Complete. Or fumble. Ball's out, Coach. It's either a drop pass or a fumble. And our far side official ruled it an incompletion. Micah Roberts on the drop. That could have been another big play for that Newman defense.
Yeah, just a little late behind him on that throw. He tried to make a play, did Roberts, going out of bounds, but the ball was left behind him. So good job there, Newman, defensively trying to make a play, but they didn't get to the ball in time.
So 9:41, clock frozen, 2nd and 10, ball on Newman's 40. Can Vero be knocking on the door again to pay dirt? 3rd quarter, Monds in the shotgun. Claps, snaps, Coach Bell calling for a throw. It's a run, and he's bulldozering over the 44-yard line. That is Lockhart, the 37-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down coming up, Coach.
I'm waiting on Monds to throw one down the field because these defensive backs are challenging them now. There's no more zone. They're man-to-man. They're in their face. So we're going to ask, hey, can I beat the guy outside one-on-one? If Monds can throw it out to this right side, it's going to be an easy touchdown.
So Melbourne and Woods to the right, 2 receivers right, Carrera on the left. You got Lockhart in the backfield. 3rd and 6, ball at the 36, 9:03 and counting. Monds, shotgun fake, rolls right. Still going, Monds, and I believe, no, he tried throwing that one to the near side, but Coach Bell's pointing is that some trouble on this near side, Coach, on the fence.
Yeah, Monds ran into the fence over here. He's okay, but again, that's what I was thinking. Throw the ball down the field, get it in space, because as these defensive backs start to creep up, you want to put a separation and force them to back up to respect the pass down the field.
So it looks like they're going to go for it here, Coach. 4th and 6, kind of that awkward situation. Ball on the 36 would be a really long field goal at the high school level. 8:55, clock frozen after the incompletion. What would you do here, Coach?
I'm good with that. I like Monds on the screen again. Just get somebody, slip screen up, force them up the field, make them think we're going deep, and then throw the ball. Is he going to quick punt?
It looks like, Monds is going to set up for a punt. We'll have to wait and see what this looks like. Once again, 4th and 6. Monds fakes it. It's a fake. He went for the screen to Marks. Coach, he overthrew him.
He did.
His second mistake of the night. Monds had the interception in the end zone before half, and now Champ's throwing it over the head of his running back, Mark Johns. You like the play?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Again,
A little screen pass setup.
we're
Fake,
trying,
a little fake screen pass.
That's it. Give him the look of a punt. They've got to respect it. Throw it underneath. If he makes that throw, it's probably a touchdown.
Coach, go time for Cardinal Newman here.
Yeah, they got to put pressure on this defense because they haven't done that all night. Martinez should have his rhythm about now. Got to get the ball down the field to some of these guys, but just know that Vero's going to be coming at him, so you got to get the ball out quickly.
The Crusaders got the ball at half and did not pick up a first down on the drive. They punted it away. But Newman's defense, I've been very impressed with their defense. Has put in a lot of bad situations tonight. 2 receivers left and a tight end right coming in motion. That is Carweek. Ball handed off to Sumter. Sumter trying to bounce it right, trying to hit that Billy bounce. Coach runs for about 8 yards. Going to be 2nd and short coming up.
Yeah, that's a good run by Sumter. Again, there was nothing there initially. He made a guy miss on the outside. Got around the right side. Got to learn to use that left arm in order to push that defender away. But other than that, pretty good run there on first down.
.820 and counting, 21-7, Vero on top of Newman. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Crusaders. It's a big run for Sumter on first down. Oh, Coach, one of his best carries of the night. Right back to Sumter, trying to bounce to the left. Vero not pulled, though. Going to be 3rd and short after that short gain on the run.
Yeah, they're trying to get him started again. He's going to be your bell cow all year long. He's going to get probably 90% of your carries. So you got to get his rhythm down, confidence as a running back, because, again, as you go into this season, you want Sumter to be able to carry that load.
Newman hanging around. Like I said, defense put in a lot of tough situations tonight. They're bending and not breaking. They got the interception before half. They stalled Vero when they were deep in their territory. The last drive, too, a big 3rd and 2 coming up for Cardinal Newman here. 3 receivers left. Martinez looks to the sideline after clapping. 1 receiver right, Sumter the back, and we do have the clock rolling down, and it looks like Coach Daniels will take his first timeout of the second half to avoid a 5-yard penalty. 7:22 to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 2 situation coming up. Coach, what do you want to see from the Newman offense on 3rd and short?
Well, first of all, I'm going to point that out to you every time because
please do.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, please do, because I am not used to the high school level having, such a beautiful clock in both ends of the fields.
Yeah, but I got to point it out because I'm looking at it and I'm saying, listen, we can't burn these timeouts as the season goes on. So you got to get that rhythm in terms of their offense. And Martinez will get it. He's a new quarterback. But you want to get those plays in quickly so he can make that adjustment. As far as play is concerned on this down, look at Vero, see what they're doing up front. So check with me. They're going to make a call here in the huddle. But if we can get something past the marker, a quick pass, that'll be a nice first down for this offense.
7:22, 3rd and 2 situation coming up. That's what Coach Bell wants to see. We'll have to see what Coach Daniels is going to go with on this 3rd and short. Ball on the 44. Looks like a 3 receiver left, 1 receiver right. Shotgun formation with Sumter to his right. Martinez gets a whistle, and now he could start dealing on this 3rd and short. He moves Sumter to the left. Claps, snap, looks left. Good protection and a good catch on the catch. Logan Step brought down close to that 35-yard line. What a play by Newman.
Yeah, nice little pass out in the flat. Again, getting it on his receiver very quickly. That's what you have to do because you know there's pressure coming on Martinez. So when you can get the ball out quicker, he can make a defender miss as he did on that play, and that's how you keep the clock, the chains moving.
And Step had the touchdown in the first half for Newman. He's been the favorite target of Martinez tonight. And a bobbled snap over Martinez's head. He'll go down on it at the 50. And in the vicinity on that was Alan Carter, the defensive endman who already has a batted pass in this second half. And, Coach, a self-inflicted wound by the Crusaders.
That it is, but again, you expect that early in the season because the center and quarterback exchange, they're getting used to each other, snapping the ball, all those things come into play. Those are things they'll honor as the season goes on.
Coach, we've had a quick quarter so far, 6:30 already in the third quarter, 21-7, Vero on top of Newman. 2nd and 22 coming up for the Crusaders. Shotgun, snap, going deep, stop, he dropped it! A big play right at the 30, and Logan Stepp, who had the big play 2 plays ago, the touchdown in the first half, an uncharacteristic drop by the young man.
Yeah, it is. And my coach used to say, you get those alligator arms, real short. He heard those steps. Again, as a receiver, you saw the defensive back when you passed him. You know he's there. Ball behind you a little bit. Martinez should have got it out in front of him a little bit. Got his eyes off of it because knowing that defender was there.
I think you go back to Stepp again, though. He's been the best player on this offense tonight. 6:17, clock frozen, 3rd and 22. Martinez drops back and taken down. Big time sack. Deion Jackson, top 63 player on ESPN West Palm, throwing Martinez to the ground. Going to be 4th and a mile coming up.
Well, once you get in a long yardage situation, Vero's coming with the pressure. So if you're Coach Daniels, you got to get the ball out quickly. Screens, bubble screens, something very quickly, get out of Martinez's head because you need him for the entire season.
Coach, Deion Jackson has offers from the likes of Georgia, Notre Dame, Penn State, Kentucky, making his mark in the second half with a big-time sack. So 4th and 35 coming up for the Crusaders, an obvious punt situation. Back for Vero Beach to return. 2, you got Marcus Melbourne and then Mark Johns. And Melbourne points at it, calls it dead. The Newman return or a kick team going to bounce it right to the 20-yard line, and that's where Cruz Caldwell, the senior strong safety, downs it. I mean, Coach, I'll tell you what, he was shot out of a cannon on that sack. He was in the backfield before the snap even happened.
Well, if you got to throw the ball down the field 10, 12, 15 yards, it's going to take time for those routes to develop. So as a defender, you say to yourself, I've got to get in the backfield. Let everybody else take care of everything underneath if they run a screen, but I've got to get to the quarterback. That's my job. You tell your teammate on the other side, I'll meet you there if I don't beat you there.
All right, Coach, if you were Deion Jackson, where are you going? You going to Georgia? You going to Notre Dame? Or you going to Penn State? Where are you going?
I mean, I'm all
going to go play for Kirby and go to the NFL?
I like the Dogs. I'm a Florida guy, state of Florida, period.
But you like them Dogs.
But I'll go to the Dogs.
5:18 to go in the third quarter, 1st and 10. Monds getting the offense ready for Vero again. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Marks the lone running back to his left. Monds looks to the sideline. They're changing things up. Monds gets a man in motion. That's Woods. He looks that way. Now Monds flushed out of the pocket to the right. Monds still going, throws, and a sharp throw to the near side. Latravius Woods, they ruling that a catch, Coach. And they will, or rather, incomplete. We're going back to the line of scrimmage. But listen, the improvising by Monds, pretty impressive there. Shaked off a couple of defenders and threw it on target.
Yeah, you got to like it. But let me tell you something. Back in my day when I was coaching and playing, you couldn't throw the ball away. It had to be toward the receiver. Now you can just throw it in toward the sideline. So that protects quarterbacks. I like that new rule they put in a few years ago. Monds has to use that to his advantage. Just throw it at your guys' feet. Don't try to make a play because that's where big plays happen. 3
receivers left, 1 right. Marks in the backfield. Monds looks left, another screen pass set up. And in the backfield, blowing that up for the Crusaders, Riley Wallace, the sophomore defensive end, blowing it up. Going to be 3rd and long coming up for Vero Beach.
You can see this Vero team will screen you to death. That's what they do. They want you to use your momentum against you, run up the field, and they'll throw it underneath you. And you got a guy running down the middle of the field for a touchdown because if you get out of position, they're going to score.
Once again, Coach, very impressed with this Newman defense tonight. They have kept Cardinal Newman in this game. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. John's in the backfield. Clap, snap. Monds steps up, trouble, and he's going down! The Cardinal Newman defense saying enough is enough. Big number 52, Angelo Curingi, the senior middle linebacker and defensive end, coming in and blowing it up. 4th and long, the Newman defense keeping them in the game.
You call it, partner. Again, defense wins championships, and that's what's happened here in the second half. All the plays have been there, but Monds hasn't been able to make them because of the pressure from this defense.
I mentioned, man, Newman's got some bad men up front, and you've seen them tonight. A lot of the score, keep in mind, Coach, one of the scores, Vero had the ball on their 10 after the Sumter fumble.
Yeah.
So 4th and 19, 4:15 and counting, and that one almost blocked on the punt. It's going to roll. Look at that roll. A Vero Beach roll close to the 35-yard line, and went go from being blocked to putting it a pretty decent leg on it. So Newman going to take over near their own 35-yard line.
Well, you hope your return guy can get that because possession is 9/10 of the law. If he can catch it, it's going to save you about 20 yards.
Yep.
But he didn't. So, again, those are all those small elements of the game that you got to try to fix as you go along.
Once again, folks, this is your ESPN West Palm High School Game Day presented by HSS Orthopedics. Mike Rizzo, legendary coach Jimmy Bell on the call. Once again, Coach Bell has coached 2 Super Bowl winners in Terry Brayton, Damian Barry, and one of my favorite players of all time, the electric Devin Hester. 4:04, 3rd quarter, Newman. Snap, throw right, pass complete. Cutting forward for the Crusaders, Justin Barrera Jr. And Coach pushing towards that first down. Good little setup there. Good little momentum for this Newman offense on first down. They haven't gotten their best tonight so far.
I'll tell you what, as you grow as a quarterback, so much your play caller. You put Martinez in a position where he can get the ball out quickly, I like his odds. I like his chances. But if you have him the long throws down the field, he's not as tall as Monds, so he can't see down the field. You have to be able to get the ball out of his hands quickly.
Been impressed by Barrera Jr., been impressed by Step tonight, the 2 receivers for Newman. And Coach Stumpert gets the handoff. He's blown up in that backfield. How about the contain tonight from this Vero Beach edge? They are setting the edge for Vero Beach tonight.
You know, on that front side, again, you don't let a guy get outside of you, your friends and family are coming from the backside. And that's what's happened with Vero all night for Sumter. He hasn't been able to get to the edge but maybe 1 or 2 times because the pursuit from the backside has caught up to him.
Clock rolling, Coach. 2:55 and rolling, 3rd quarter. 3rd and 5 coming up for Cardinal Newman. Their defense has come up huge tonight. Can the offense stay on the field and make this possibly a 1-score game? And the clock getting close. Finally snapped by Martinez. He looks to the middle. Throw incomplete. He was looking for Aiden Zizas, the senior receiver. Coach, 4th and 5. What do you do here? Punt?
Yeah, I got to punt it away because, my defense has played well. So I don't want to give them a short field, punt it away, force them to go the whole length of the field. Maybe they make a mistake. But as you look, you go back to that play. Martinez didn't make that throw. He was rushed trying to get the play in. Again, not understanding what's going on the field because he's so young to this offense and new to this offense.
And, Coach, he's going to learn from this.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. He's a good quarterback. I like him. I like what he brings. He's mobile, but it just takes time to learn what you got to do as a quarterback.
This Vero Beach band has come alive, and as they should, they're going to get the ball back once again to punt. It looked like a fake at first. Michael Normali, the senior punter, and that is Mark's going to take a fair catch right at the 15. We're going to take a quick 15-second timeout on your HSS ESPN West Palm High School Game Day. Welcome on back to your ESPN West Palm High School Game Day presented by HSS Orthopedics. Coach, what do you want to see from Champs Mon in this Vero Beach offense trying to extend this lead in the 3rd quarter?
Well, you hit the word right on the head, extend. Keep throwing to the sideline, extend this defense. Force them to make tackles on the edge. They're tough inside. from tackle to tackle, but they're cornerbacks. You want to force them to make plays on the edge.
2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Lockhart in the backfield. Monds takes the snap, gets it to Lockhart, and he's blasted forward, Coach. He's got that speed. He's still on the far side, going close to the 35-yard line and thrown out of bounds. Another big run by Lockhart.
Yeah, it starts inside but goes outside. You can say what you will, but Lockhart on the edge of any defense is trouble. He has the vision, he has the speed, and that's what you want to keep doing to put pressure on this defense.
Coach, is fatigue starting to set in for this Newman defense?
It can. I mean, if you stay on the field as long as they have, it's going to be a tough night. So you start to test their will if you're Vero to see if they're going to break here eventually.
To be fair, they have kept them in this game in tough situations. 2:11 to go in the third quarter, 1st and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Lockhart with the carry, blasting forward again, close to the first down mark. Coach, he might be averaging 6 or 7 yards a carry tonight.
Every time he touches it, again, going north and south, not a lot of wasted movement. Unlike on the other side, Sumter is not getting those clean holes. Lockhart is, and he's seeing it very quickly, going downhill, giving the defense not a lot to hit, making himself small and punishing defenders when he gets an opportunity.
Shadrick Washington, big lineman, making some holes tonight for him. 139 and counting, 2nd and 3. Vero in a 2nd and short situation close to midfield. Another handoff. Lockhart again. Burst down. More to the 45, close to midfield.
Yeah, anytime you see the line of scrimmage reestablished because they're pushing defenders back. Now Lockhart, all he has to do is get to the line of scrimmage and keep moving his legs, and that's what he's doing. He's physical, not big, but he's physical. This offensive line is doing a great job.
Coach, Lockhart blew through his boot. We're going to get a spell out here. John Marks coming into the game. This is a 1st and 10 situation, 1:10 and counting. Ball on the 45, third quarter. Been a quick quarter here at the Citrus Bowl. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Marks the running back. Monds in the shotgun. Oh, he eludes a big-time sack, and there he goes. He's still on his feet, down to the 40 on the near side. Trying to blow that play up was Chris Labordi Jr. He missed the tackle, and Monds made him pay.
Yeah, he does every time. If you miss the tackle, as a defender, you got to come in and put a hat on him. You can't allow him to get around the edge. The beauty of Monds, though, is he's still looking down the field ready to throw the football. So that's a plus for him as a quarterback. Most guys, when they break out, they want to run for 30 yards. That's not him. He wants to throw the ball down the field.
Been very impressed, both Coach and I, with the presence of mind of Champ Monds tonight. 30 seconds and counting to go in the third quarter. Monds dealing at the 40. A handoff to Johns. Johns bursting through, trying to get to the 30. Thrown down. Gain of 8 on the play. Going to be 2nd and 2 coming up for the Indians.
You notice all these backs are built the same. Low to the ground, hard to hit, but they run with great vision. Once they get in the hole, they give you a leg and they take it back from you and get to the outside.
And, Coach, it looks like they are going to let this roll to the 4th quarter. Third quarter ending. Vero on top, 21-7. Ball's on the 32. Let's take a 20-second timeout on your ESPN West Palm High School Game Day presented by HSS Orthopedics. Welcome on back to your ESPN West Palm High School Game of the Week presented by HSS Orthopedics. Folks, keep in mind, we have a date for the Boca Raton Bowl. Go to bocabowl.com/tickets. bocabowl.com/tickets to get your tickets to the 13th annual Boca Raton Bowl. Always a fun time in beautiful South Florida in December for a bowl game. All right, Coach, 2nd and 2. Monds been dealing on this drive. One receiver right, marks the lone back to the right. Or excuse me, Johns the lone back to the right. That is Mark Johns. Lockhart's been the bell cow back, and now we have some changing of the measuring sticks here, Coach. First down markers. Now we got everything set, but it does look like we still have a 2nd and 2 coming up. Beginning of the fourth quarter, Monds, one receiver right. Coach, we got that bunch formation on the left. There goes Johns, and a hitch pass. This time to Woods. He's got space, and he's still on his feet on the far side. Now down to the 10, and that's where he's taken down. And another HSS first down for Vero Beach. A little misdirection there.
Yeah, a little misdirection. Getting caught up in the mesh, right? So as a defender, you see him on the left side. All of a sudden, Monds catches the ball and tosses it to him inside. Great play call there by Coach Janikowski, getting his guys in space, spreading the wealth. You got to love it if you're playing receiver or running back for Vero Beach.
11:35 and counting, 21-7. Vero knocking. They're on the 11, 1st and 10. Fourth quarter action on ESPN 106.3. One receiver right. Bunch formation, or one receiver left, bunch formation right. Lockhart back into the game. Lockhart gets it, and this time he is swallowed by Crusader defenders. And on that tackle, big number 35, Cyrus Gant, coming in and blowing that up from the defensive backfield. And Coach, can we see another bend, don't break situation for Cardinal Newman deep in their own territory?
That's what you want from your defense. Again, they've been on the field a lot tonight, but they've made some plays. So that's growth. That's what you want to see. You got to find a way defensively. Somebody's got to make a play here, get the football out, and take it the other way.
So 2nd and 11 after the tackle for loss by Gant. 10:39 and counting to go in the ball game. One receiver right, and that bunch formation again. Now splitting out to the far side is going to be Marcus Melbourne. Has a touchdown in this game already. 2nd and 11. Monds claps, snap, hands it off, and bounce it to the right. Trying to get that Billy bounce is Lockhart, but a good technique tackle by this Newman defense. And it's going to be 3rd down coming up for the Vero offense.
There's so many guys touching the football. You don't know really who to key on, but you better make the tackle because these guys are very elusive. They try to get to the end zone. Everybody wants to score. So Newman's done a really good job defensively of holding up.
So a 3rd and 8 situation, Coach, for the 4th time tonight, they could pick up a first down before making this a goal situation. But ball is on the 9, 9:40 and counting. Monds, 2 receivers left, looks that way, fakes, misdirection. Woods is going to get there. Waltz is in. Touchdown, Latravius Woods.
You got to give him a little bit of everything. Again, I'm going to fake the throw, hand it to my guy like the old Statue of Liberty. Defense is looking like, where did the ball go? That's what you do. You got to utilize the speed that you have. Coach Janikowski is doing a great job. He's having fun because his guys know the offense. You know, a lot of coaches have playbooks longer than I-95. That reaches from Key West to Canada. They just don't know when to call it. That was a great play call at that time because they're looking for the quick throw to the flat. He faked it, gave it to his guy underneath. Well, actually behind him, he goes to the end zone untouched.
And, Coach, we've seen that misdirection from them on that drive. We've seen a little bit of it tonight. But I got to tip my cap to the Newman defense. They have been on the field for most of the night, and they have played their part. It's been the lack of first downs and the lack of movement on the offensive end tonight. So 9:32 to go. Vero up 28-7. What do you think Coach Daniels is telling the offense right now, Coach?
Well, the thing about it is his offense is a little behind his defense. Defense is ready for the season. Offense usually is a little bit 2 or 3 steps behind. Vero's offense is on point. They're ready because they got a veteran quarterback that's been in the system, so he knows the plays. He knows what he's doing. Martinez will figure it out. As the season goes on, he'll get it.
And Coach, if I could add to that, tough environment. Probably one of the tougher environments in the area. I think it's only going to help a young quarterback in Martinez.
Well, that's why you come on the road. You play the best of the best because you don't want to play teams you know you're going to blow out by 40. I saw some scores last night. Teams are just blowing away. You don't learn a
Coach,
lot.
I was at Palm Beach Lakes. That score was like about 28-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
So I get that teams are working through kinks, but I think this hostile environment for that young quarterback is only going to help. And we know the kind of coach and this coaching staff is with Newman. They're going to be right there at the end competing for a state championship.
I mean, they'll be back in Miami again against Chaminade. That's just the way it is, you know. But the thing about it is you got to keep you guys healthy. We'll work through all the kinks. But we just got to get ourselves a rhythm and know it. We've been able to fight all night long.
And I have been at Barrera Jr. step. They have weapons on the offense. Speaking of Barrera Jr., he's going to take this. Coach, he downed one to the 50, tried maybe to do a little too much there, and Vero snuffed it out.
You know, you knew coming in that Monds was going to play a good game because that's the kind of quarterback he is.
Yep.
On the other side, if you're Martinez, you got to say, okay, that's my first game with these guys. I'm getting used to them. We will put it together. We'll work hard. We'll get out here on Saturdays, whatever we got to do. We'll put it together. Again, I see Newman back in that slot against Chaminade later in the season.
Once again, folks, we're brought to you by HSS. Every first down on game day brought to you by HSS. They're the ones that fix us up. And now, Coach, we're going to have two receivers right, two receivers left. We have a new running back in the game. That's Anthony Presto Jr., and Presto gets a fake, and that's that kind of night right now. Martinez, nice strike to Michael Newby. Newby's had a lot of catches tonight, but that one off of his hands, Coach, going to be a drop, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Another guy down. I'm not certain if it's a lineman or not, but another guy down.
So Colt Hauser, for those of you that are just joining us, Colt Hauser went out of the game, and he actually went to a local hospital to what Coach and I believe to get x-rays. This would be the second lineman down for Coach Daniels tonight. And, Coach, we talk, you just want to get out of here healthy, and this is just another unfortunate situation here.
Yeah, you want to test your guys and see what they're made of, but you also know that it's going to be a physical contest against a really good football team.
Now, Coach, I've never really had cramps, but that looks like a cramp to me as we have a trainer out there trying to stretch them out a bit. It's a hot one. Just ask everybody in the press box that's standing next to me. I am sweating through everything I have right now. But 28-7, 9:21 to go in the game. 2nd and 10 situation coming up after the player, the young man, hopefully is going to be okay.
Yeah, you hope that's all it is a cramp because, again, you can't afford. You don't have the numbers to lose guys, especially your starting guys, if you're Newman. So you want to make sure that you guys stay healthy, get out of here, regroup. You got a game next week. Put this behind you and keep moving.
I believe he is getting up on his feet now, and he's going to be able to walk off on his own power. That is number 51, Caden Moore, the junior center guard. Little combo, can play a little bit of everything. But like I said, it's a hot one, especially for the big boys up front.
Oh, yeah. It's interesting because guys, a lot of times, they wait until game day to try to drink all this water. You got to get hydrated long before tonight. You don't know what the humidity is going to be like.
Right?
Yeah,
it's a process.
No doubt about it. And if you don't, it's going to tell on you.
So 2nd and 10, or rather, is this a 2nd and 10 situation coming up? 9:21 to go. Ball in the 19, fourth quarter. Vero up 28-7. Two receivers left, two receivers right. Again in that backfield, Anthony Presto Jr. Martinez claps, gets the snap, looks right. Looks to the right side, and a good catch there. Knox Fletcher Jr. Going to be an HSS first down. 1st and 10 coming up for Newman.
You got to like it. Again, Martinez realizes, I've got to get it out of here quickly. He throws it where only his guy can catch it.
And, Coach, I'm at your mercy. 3rd down. They're calling him short.
Okay.
But 3rd down coming up, but a good strike nonetheless.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, he's been under pressure, but he's handled the pressure very well, has Martinez.
8:50, 8:49, clock ticking, 3rd and 1, Cardinal Newman, 28-7, fourth quarter action, and Martinez gets that thing to the right side, and Barrera Jr. going to be a first down, and HSS first down.
And that's what you're looking for, to see, is he seeing the game quickly enough? Is the ball coming out when it's supposed to? Yes, he's putting it right outside where only his guy can catch it, catching the ball very quickly on the snap, and getting it out of there very quickly. That's what you're trying to see as a coach. Is he processing the game well enough?
2 receivers right, 3 receivers left. Martinez, empty gun. Have to see if there's any motion towards the backfield. No, empty gun set. Shotgun snap taken. Throw to the near side. Caught. Fighting for yards is number 12, Michael Newby. And that is going to be enough for another HSS first down. Coach, best drive of the night so far for Cardinal Newman.
I like it because what they're doing is the same thing that Vero did on the other side, getting the ball out of his hands very quickly. That's going to be a calling card for this team throughout the season. Martinez throws it very quickly outside. You got to keep doing more of that as the season goes on.
We have a 9-3 score when the Pahokee game entering the fourth quarter. I'll continue to try to keep you updated on a couple of other week 0 actions, but our game 28-7 at the Citrus Bowl. Vero on top of Newman. Another empty gun set. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Martinez, clap, snap, drops back, looks right, going deep. Barrera Jr. trying a one-handed catch. That one incomplete. Going to be 2nd and 10 coming up.
You know, you say as a defensive back, I've got to get in phase. And what that means is I'm going to run with the receiver just like he's running the route. I'm running right in his hip pocket. I'm not going to impede his progress, so I won't get a flag on that. But if you're going to make that throw, if you're Martinez, it's got to be perfect on the right-hand side because he's running on the right side. He's got to throw it to his right hand in order to make that throw almost impossible.
Coach, this empty set's been working. Newman back in at 3 receivers left, 2 right. Martinez stepping up in the pocket. He's loose. Trying to get to the far sideline, switching his fields, goes down at the 45. Heads up play by the young man, getting 5 yards.
Yeah, I like it, but you got to be able to put that football away if you're Martinez. Had it out, hanging out like a loaf of bread, a defender can come in and knock it out. That's one of the coaching points you go over with him this week.
We are about 5 yards away from an HSS first down, 3rd and 3, 3 yards away from an HSS first down. And checking into the game again, Anthony Presto Jr., the spellback. 2 receivers right. And I'm looking at that slot, Aiden Ziza. Slot has been Martinez's favorite target tonight, but no, he'll hand it off to Presto. And Presto not going to get there. We're going to have a 4th down situation coming up, about a 4th and 2 coming up for the Newman offense with 7 minutes to go in the ball game.
Anytime you're running back, you got to see the hole. Presto wanted to press it in there and get up in the hole and try to make that first down, but you got to be able to see that there's defenders there, be able to jump, start, and get out of that hole very quickly and get a first down.
Barrera Jr. and Step checking into the game, got Presto still in at running back. Martinez waiting orders from the staff. 6:38 and counting, 4th and 3, ball on the 45 of Vero Beach. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Presto the lone back. Shotgun snap taken. Martinez goes right, throws, and close to the first down is Aiden Ziza. And first down, HSS first down, at least on the near side linesman coach, near side referee, right at those sticks, and it will be a first down. So with 6 minutes to go in the ball game, we have a hydration break presented by our good friends at Culligan. Get your free water test today with our good friends at Culligan. We're going to take a water break ourselves on your HSS Game of the Week on ESPN High School Game Day. All first downs on your ESPN West Palm High School Game Day presented by HSS. This is our game of the week. 6 minutes to go in the ball game. 6:22. We're at the Citrus Bowl. Vero Beach up 3 touchdowns on Cardinal Newman. 2 absolute giants doing battle tonight. Martinez in the pistol. 3 receivers left. 1 receiver right. Presto now switches from a pistol formation, and now we have a movement on the line. No flag is thrown, but now there's the flag, and it'll be a false start. That was big number 74, Josiah Thomas Jr. So 1st and 15 coming up. Who do you like in college football this year, Coach?
Canes for life, brother. I'm sorry.
They
Hey,
got-
I'm a Florida guy. I don't know.
I love it.
I
And,
don't go outside the state.
and Coach, they have some of the they might have the deepest roster in the country. More on that in a second. Far side throw. That one caught Scott Thomas, the senior receiver, and we do have a flag. What do you think that is, Coach?
I think it's a formation on Newman.
Illegal formation?
Yeah, illegal formation on Newman.
So a possible illegal formation coming on the offense. You like Mensa? What do you mean,
No, I do.
He's an ACC champion, Coach.
Yeah, he's excellent.
So Miami, for those who don't know, they got Duke's quarterback, Darian Mensa,
Yeah.
and they also got their best receiver. So Miami cashing in on the team that helped them get into the college football playoff. What's the call here, Coach? You got a legal formation or something on the defense here?
Yeah, I'm getting
personal. You can't.
I'm getting younger. I don't see it.
I'm gonna get so HSS. We're gonna get Coach over to HSS. They're gonna check his eyes.
Yeah, help me out.
But I mean, my goodness, Coach, they keep moving this forward. And face mask. I appreciate Mike here in the press box. That is a face mask against Vero Beach. It's going to set them up in tremendous territory. I mean, Coach, they marched that thing all the way down to the 15-yard line from the looks of it.
Yeah, 15-yard.
So personal foul face mask, and Newman going to have an opportunity to make this a 2-touchdown game. Field goals do nothing at this point. They need 7. Martinez, shotgun snap taken, looks right, throwing right, and a slip on the near side. Slipping on his feet there, I believe, was Barrera Jr., and it was. And with 5:17 to go, we're going to have a 2nd and 10.
Trying to come out of the break to catch that football is hard, especially on turf, because you slip. But the ball was a little bit behind him, trying to make the adjustment, couldn't do it on it. But that's timing, and they'll figure that out as they go along in the season.
Does Mike Norvell survive the season at Florida State, Coach?
I don't think so. I don't know how Mike survived this far. I just don't understand it.
I think a lot of it has to do with that they can't afford him, but I am with you, Coach. I think if it does happen, it could happen after your precious Miami Hurricanes maybe put the whooping on them in Week 8.
Yeah, you don't ever root for a guy to lose his job.
I agree.
But,
I agree.
It's tough watching them, man. They just, ooh.
And I'm sure you're not complaining as a diehard Hurricanes fan.
I'm not complaining. I'm explaining.
Martinez, shotgun snap taken, goes right, throws right, and he's looking for Barrera, but it looked like more of a throwaway on that. Going to be third. No, it will be 2nd down. I keep in mind the penalty. It's going to be 2nd and 10 coming up, ball on the 17.
That's a good football play. Again, throw it away.
Live another day.
Down. Yeah.
Hang on, Coach. Throw away, live another day.
There you go.
Can we make a little rhyme up here?
I know you're a rapper, man.
Oh, absolutely not.
I'm
you don't want to hear me rap. You don't want to hear me rap, Coach.
I hear you, brother.
I have so that artsy talent, the musical talent, I did not get that, Coach. I can't play an instrument. I can't draw. I can't sing, but I can spit on this microphone and scream about a football game. 5:11 to go, 2nd and 15. Martinez drops back, stepping up in the pocket, eluding pressure, rolling right, going towards the line of scrimmage. Out throws, intercepted. Back of the end zone, interception. And intercepting that pass, Hudson McLaughlin, the senior defensive backman. And Vero going to get the ball close to their 5-yard line with 5 minutes to go.
Well, 2 coaching points there. Again, you don't throw the ball late across the middle or in the sideline, period, trying to make a play. I get it. And also, if you're going to catch that interception, just go down in the end zone and get the ball to the 20-yard line. So those are the type of things that both of these coaches will work through during film study. Hey, Martinez is trying to help his football team cut it within 2 scores, made a mistake on that play, but it's not the end of the year.
And if anything, it's just the beginning of the year. And Monds will come back out for what I'm assuming, Coach, up 3 touchdowns at this point. Probably just run out the clock. Maybe play a little sportsmanship here. And Coach Lenny, 16th season, best around. And I believe, Coach, we have a backup quarterback in the game. I'll get you a name here in a second. And he takes the snap. He's actually going to drop back for a pass. Now he's running, pressing forward. That is Mekhi White. Mekhi White, who's listed as an athlete, by the way. But Mekhi White getting some snaps at quarterback. Rolled out there. Used his feet, little scamper. Pick up a 3 or 4. Going to be 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, you pull Monds here because
Yeah,
you got to protect him. It's all about a long season, so you want to be smart here, and they've done that on the Vero side.
But 4:28, 4:27, clock rolling. I think exactly what Vero wants in this situation. And White takes the snap. Now he's going to run, thrown down to the ground near that 20-yard line. Going to be 3rd and short coming up for Vero. Or no, we got to rule the first down. See, Coach, I thought your eyes were bad. Your eyes are fine.
I was just
Your eyes are fine.
Yeah, I was just letting Mike get one in over there.
Your eyes were fine. But 4:04 and counting, all but a formality here. Backup quarterback in. Coach, what are you looking forward to the most, I think, you think, this high school football season?
Well, I just want to see who's going to come up and surprise us this year. You know, we know that West Boca is going to be good, Newman, Vero. Can we get anything out of Santa Lucia's? I'm hearing a lot about Palm Beach Lakes. They had a big win last night, 42-0. Jupiter, new head coach, gets a win over Seminole Ridge, 62-14. So we'll see where the season goes.
Geez, Coach, there are big scores, and there are big scores, 62 points. It's like I'm playing NCAA.
But you got to save some of those because what happens the following week, you can't score at all. So
you're not wrong.
Again, one of those things that you're going to look for this season, who comes out of nowhere as a team that somebody says, hey, we didn't know they were going to do that. And that's what you really want to see. Who's going to make an impression?
3:20 and counting. Marks catches a ball out of Johns, catches a ball out of the backfield, and he does stay in bounds. I think at this point, the only way Coach Lenny's going to blow a gasket is if somebody goes out of bounds. But 28-7. Once again, myself and Coach going to be on the broadcast this year. Going to be a lot of fun on your HSS High School Game Day, ESPN West Palm High School Game Day. I'm going to be asking Coach all year in some of these blowout games about the Dolphins, about the Canes. I know he loves talking about Florida State.
Don't forget the Gators, man. I mean,
hey, listen, I like Summerall. Friend of my show. That guy, I'll tell you, I was ready to run through a wall for John Summerall when he joined Russo and Rizzo. Ready to run through a wall for that guy. And now we do have a player running out of bounds. That is Jonathan Eden, who laid a couple of licks on his way, but the clock will stop at 2:28.
Did you get a score on that West Boca game?
Currently working on it.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. What do you think of West Boca this year and Coach Potts?
I think they'll do it again. They'll be right back in it because they win the game at the line of scrimmage. You know, we'll see who fills in for that running back spot, but they picked up a lot of receivers. Maybe they changed more to a passing attack than they have in the past, but, you know, you got Javion Mallory. You're always in every game.
And that ball swung to the right side. I'll tell you what, Vero not pulling up on the gas pedal. And with 2:19 to go, we're going to have a first down deep into Cardinal Newman territory. And, Coach, this is fun for the underclassmen. This is fun for the guys who might not have an opportunity that are getting a chance to show what they got here in a preseason game.
That's what you want to do if you're a coach. You say, listen, you come here, you're going to have an opportunity to compete, play every week. So that's what you want your guys, the big seniors and the upperclassmen, to come in and make plays so these younger guys can get in games like this.
2:05, clock going now after the first down. White still handling the quarterbacking here. Fourth quarter action. This one all but a formality. But the backups for Vero are playing inspired. White, handoff. This is Eden. Taken down close to the 40 into about the 38-ish, 37-ish yard line. And 142, all but a formality. Next week, Coach, St. Andrews at Kings Academy. Should be a fun one. St. Andrews, man, I'll tell you what, they got a fun receiver and win. Young man tags me on X, too. It's funny. I like him a lot. Yeah, right now, he's going to Boston College. We'll see if he's able to maybe get a couple of more offers. You know, that's what happens with a lot of these players, Coach. They have a really good season, and then they get offers late in the offer pool.
You never know who's going to come knocking. So, again, you got to put your best foot forward every week. Play every game as if it were your last, and let the coaches decide. Let your film decide where the coaches want to come and get you or not.
And, Coach, Touchdown Teddy, that happened with him, who now is over at NC State. He had a couple of offers from a couple of other schools, but getting a Power 5 in the ACC, you know, you have a good season, The world is your oyster down here, especially in a talent pool like South Florida. As you know, Coach, you've put guys in the league and guys in the Division I more than anyone in the area. But 35 and going, 35 seconds, and now it is a botched snap, but the clock will keep rolling. Going to be 4th down coming up.
Yeah, here you just let the clock run out. You want to get out of here if you're on both sides. No more tackles, no more snaps. Just let's go home.
Now, Coach, what we'll get into our post-game show here. Once again, final score 28-7. Clock's going 10-9. Both teams coming to the sideline and lining up. So Vero Beach winning 28-7 against Cardinal Newman. Let's get right in to our post-game show. We'll get you your MVP of the game presented by Duffy Sports Grill, and we'll look ahead presented by the Boca Raton Bowl. Coach, I have a couple of guys in mind, but who is your MVP of the game?
I mean, Monds was the guy.
It's got to be Monds?
Yeah, he's got to be, because, again, I don't care how much you do in the offseason. When you get in live action against someone else, do you make the throws? Do you make the decisions that he made? You don't only do that if you've seen a lot of football and you get accustomed to it. So his patience in the pocket, making the big throws, I was really impressed with him tonight.
So Champ Monds, our Duffy Sports Grill MVP. Once again, Champ Monds, our Duffy Sports Grill MVP. Vero Beach winning 28-7. Coach, can I give a couple honorable mentions? Jaden Lockhart. Did that young man average close to 10 yards a carry tonight?
We did the same thing.
Every time he got the ball, he was into space and picking up first downs.
And that's what you want. You want to be able to not be one-dimensional. You know Monds can play. He can throw the ball. But what if you get in a situation where you have to run the ball, or if you're in a game where there's inclement weather? You got to be able to put the ball between the tackles and run, and Lockhart showed he could do that.
Another honorable mention, Monds' favorite receiver tonight, Marcus Melbourne, had the touchdown, which he did it all. Caught it, had tremendous yards after the catch, fought over the line for a first down. And then, Coach, once again, though, Champs Mond, our Duffy's MVP. And Duffy Sports Grill, a proud supporter of ESPN West Palm High School Game Day. Folks, if you're hungry, I want you to get the Mike Rizzo special. I'll tell you what, Coach Bell is going to head there after the game because he's going to get that buffalo chicken sandwich, but instead of the buffalo sauce, he's going to get the Mike Rizzo honey garlic. He's going to sprinkle a little ranch on it, little onion, little lettuce, get a pickle on the side, the crispy fries. He's going to thank me later. But Duffy Sports Grill, our game is always on. Now, Coach, it is time to look ahead here. And once again, we are St. Andrews at Kings Academy. So another fantastic matchup coming up next week. Once again, your ESPN West Palm High School Game Day presented by HSS. But we are looking ahead with our great friends at the Boca Raton Bowl. The 13th annual Boca Raton Bowl is coming to South Florida. Get your tickets by going to BocaRatonBowl.com/tickets, BocaRatonBowl.com/tickets. What a treat it is to have a bowl game right in our backyard in Palm Beach County.
It is, yeah. And you know, some of the players from the county, Shawan Lurie, I coached him in Inlet Grove. He went on to Dwyer to win a state championship. But he was one of those guys that started in that game. And so in your own backyard, as you mentioned, you get a chance. It's during the holiday season. Most of your family is home. You're on vacation. Everybody comes down to see that game. It's a big game every year.
Now, Coach Bell, before we wrap up, partner, you're a legendary coach here in Palm Beach County. You've seen a lot of talent. You've seen a lot of quarterbacks. Where do you rank Champ Monds as guys you've seen in our area, and how good can he possibly be?
Well, I tell you what, I've seen a lot of guys. You know, you talk about Anquan Bolden. The list goes on and on, but he is he's in the top 5. And
wow.
What I look at in the quarterback position, not just being able to make every throw, do you have the poise when guys are coming at you? Because anybody can stand there when it's a clean pocket. But when you got to survey the field with a 300-pounder coming at you or a guy trying to impede your progress, can you still make the throw? That's what he proved tonight. Made one mistake down here on the interception.
And he knows that. He knows that.
Yeah, he'll fix that. But that's the thing that I'm impressed with, his ability to be cool in the pocket, knowing that he's not going to hurt his team, and his eyes are down the line looking to throw the ball down the field to his guys, not just trying to be selfish and hold on to the football for himself.
Week 0 preseason matchup on your ESPN West Palm High School Game Day presented by HSS. Game of the week, Vero Beach and Cardinal Newman at the Citrus Bowl. Your final score, 28-7. Your Duffy's MVP of the game, Champ Monds, our man who is on his way to Notre Dame to play for the great Marcus Freeman. For the legendary head coach, Jimmy Bell. I am Mike Rizzo. This has been your Game of the Week. We'll catch you guys coming up next week. Once again, looking ahead with our good friends at the Boca Raton Bowl, St. Andrews at King's Academy. We'll talk to you then. Thank you to everybody who watched on the stream tonight. We love you and your love for high school sports here in the Palm Beach County, Treasure Coast, and even farther beyond. We'll catch up with you guys next time. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you later. Bye.